You're watching Blunt Politics with Boston Brian.
All right, what do you say we light this firecracker, ladies and gentlemen? What do you say we light this firecracker? Lots to talk about. Appreciate you joining me. Tuesday. No, it's not. It's Wednesday, July 25th, 2025. My apologies. Lots going on in the news today. I appreciate you joining me. Thank you so much. We're back on the crazy train. It's been a slow roll with this whole Aussie thing, I got to say, just as a little sidetrack right off the bat. It's been a real slow roll seeing the old clips of the shows and seeing the old clips of the concerts and hearing the old songs and stuff like that. It's been a while. I got to say, it's been a while. So it's been a slow roll on me, this whole Aussie thing, but it has creeped up on me slowly. So RIP once again to the Oz man, the Prince of Darkness there. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming over from Hal's show. How was it? Appreciate you guys. Lokira, how are you? What's going on, guys? Mark, what's going on? Appreciate you. What's going on? Can't stop lying. What's happening, buddy? What's happening? How are you? Hope you're well, my friend. Hope you're well. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Lots to go through tonight. Crazy, insane alien. What's going on? Scanrick, what's going on? Appreciate you guys on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you're watching on. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe, the whole 9 yards. That stuff's free to do. There's a million other ways you can contribute to the show, like Yvonne has already done with the 10 gifted subs right off the bat. So 10 amazing people are going to get 10 free subscriptions or memberships to the show for a month, thanks to Yvonne. So thank you, Yvonne. I appreciate you. And so do the 10 people getting those subscriptions, getting those memberships. I appreciate it. Rocks, how are you? Thank you to the mods, as always. Sinful Solutions, what's up, buddy? What's happening, guys? Maybe tomorrow. Samuel, how are you? What's that? Anvil Ghost? Anvil's Ghost? How are you? How are you, my friends? Lisa, Phil, Laurie, good to see you guys in here. Good to have you back in the old chat there. Little Dan, what's up, LD? Appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate everything you do. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you being in that old chat there. What's up, Deanna? Been a member for 2 months. Congratulations. Thank you so much. What's up, B? Right back at you, my man. Hope you guys had a great day. Lots going on today in the news. A lot of clips to look at. I'm going to try my best not to subject you to too much of Donald Trump's face or voice, but there are definitely some clips that we have to get into, some clips from Tulsi Gabbard and her press conference today and some of the questions that she had to endure, some clips from ASIN, some clips from, the call to activism account, some from the Republican accountability account, Aaron Rupar. There's a lot to cover today. We'll be checking out Donald Trump's True Social account, Let's see if I can go into the old mailbox. That's where all the good stories are. We have a clip of Clay Higgins saying Ukraine cannot win. We have a clip from Hannity. We have a clip from NPR telling us that Israel is now waging the fastest starvation in modern history. We got another dim fool Tim Pool clip if we get to it. Again, like I said, the Tulsi Gabbard press conference. Obama has responded to Donald Trump's accusations. What else do we got here? We got a lot of other clips to get to as well. Trump repatriating a triple murderer. We got an Andrew J. Duffer clip to get to on Instagram. Ayanna Pressley just put out a statement about, let me see if I can get to this right off the bat, bring in some news right off the old bat there for the old chat there. Let me see if I bring this in. My apologies. There's an easier way to do this, but I always forget to do it. See, this way, that way, and bring this in for you guys. All right, so that's not going to work for you guys, but this might. All right, so this was Ayanna Pressley's Blue Sky here from, let's see here, 3:50 p.m. breaking. We just subpoenaed the Epstein files. As a survivor of sexual assault, I know the pain and trauma survivors carry. The subpoena is a massive victory for every survivor who has been silenced, dismissed, or harmed. Bondi must release the files immediately. We demand accountability. So again, as you can see, this Epstein story not going away for Donald Trump anytime soon. Good to see the Democrats pushing this as far as it could possibly go, being as loud as they could possibly be to demand answers to this situation for multiple reasons that we could see. What's up, Linda Lou? How are you? Jimbo, what's going on, my man? Black Dragon, Wise Girl, Yvonne, as always. Thank you guys for being here. Michael Irish, how are you, my man? How are you, buddy? Appreciate you guys. Dame Dog, Ada, Paula, Margot. You guys are great. 303 in the house. But yeah, there's a lot to talk to. Moms, how are you? There you are, Moms. What up, Laurie? Dale, Pam, Nancy, how are you? Nancy's been staying away from the news today. Well, we'll see if we can catch you up just a little bit without subjecting you to too much. You know what I mean? Without giving you nightmares before bed. We'll see if we can at least catch you up on a little bit of what has been happening today. Again, this was another big story that people have been talking about. Bondi briefed Trump that his name was in the Epstein files. If you remember, I think it was 2 or 3 shows ago. It's kind of hard to keep track now since we added so many shows. But a few shows ago, we showed a press conference, a questioning of Donald Trump, basically on the South Lawn. The reporter asked a specific question. Has Pam Bondi specifically told you that your name was in the Epstein files? And Donald Trump unequivocally said, no, of course not. How he tried to make light that the meeting that he and Pam Bondi had was a very short briefing, right? So this is just the latest episode in that saga. Should we dive into this first? There's a lot of stories to get to. I'm never sure which ones to get to first because to me they're all juicy, right? But there's a minute and 59-second video to go along with this. But should we get into it now? Oh, thank you, Linda Lowe. Look at you guys go. What's up, Nicholas? Look at you guys go. Appreciate that, Linda. Thank you so much. Oh man, you guys are fucking amazing. You really are. You really are. You continue to amaze me every single time. Every single time. Wise girl. What up, Ovi? How are you? What's up, Pete? Appreciate you guys. Let us say we dive into this because I think the people that just came over from Hal's stream were just watching Donald Trump, so I don't want to hop right into that. I'll give you a little bit of a break. I'll give you like a nut break. We'll get like a half-hour nut break going on. But let's see if we can dive into this video and see if it gives us a little bit more information as to what's going on. Maybe what Pam Bondi said specifically to Donald Trump. I'm sure we're not going to get the specifics from this administration, but let's see what CNN were able to dig up. You know what?
Sources tell CNN that U.S. Attorney General Bondi told President Trump that his name was in the Epstein files. Let's bring in CNN's Jeff Zeleny at the White House. Jeff?
Jake, we are learning this evening that the president was briefed, as you said, by his Attorney General Pam Bondi back in May, that his name was mentioned in the Epstein files. That is what we do know. What we do not know is the context in which his name appeared. Of course, it has long been established that the president was a longtime friend of Jeffrey Epstein back in the 1990s in New York. They were featured at many parties together. Jeffrey Epstein attended one of Donald Trump's weddings, at least, and on from there. But what this does is
And if CNN was smart, they would play for us the juxtaposition between Donald Trump's statements just a few days ago on the South Lawn of the White House, saying that unequivocally, no, Pam Bondi has not said anything about his name being in the Epstein files. And if you believe that he's just finding out now, then again, we got a couple bridges to sell you. But it would be very nice of CNN to kind of again recall in the minds of the American people or whoever's watching this the lies that were told just a few days ago by Donald Trump, and then juxtapose that to this article that in this story that's coming out now.
Is return the questions, the unanswered questions, back to the White House. The White House, of course, has been working overtime.
Hey, listen, Nicholas, as a Patriots fan, I will not stand for any deflate talk in the chat. All right. No deflate talk in the chat. And again, before we get too deep into the show, I think you guys deserve everybody that's reached out asking and sending their love and good vibes for my uncle. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much to everybody that continues to reach out and ask questions and see if he's okay. Unfortunately, the news is not good. I'm not going to dive too deep into it, but I just wanted to make sure that I thank the people that have reached out. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. So thank you. And again, no deflate talk in the Patriots chat, please. The balls all weighed the same. And I'm pretty sure the balls for the Indianapolis Colts, they had the same amount of balls that were underweight. So get the fuck out of here. Plus, we're going to listen to the Indianapolis Colts independent investigation. Don't even get me started. Roger Goodell accepted. And I think Bill Burr has a clip of similar things that he said on Julian Edelman's podcast, where it's like, what? All of a sudden, we're going to just accept the Indianapolis Colts fucking investigation? Come on. But sidetrack. Sorry. That's for a different show. My apologies.
Trying to change the subject with the deflection, with the distraction. But what this shows is that Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, told the president that, look, your name is mentioned in here. Of course, several other names.
No, Linda, I appreciate it. But again, I'm not good with sickness and death. I've never have been. You'd think for somebody that's been through as many funerals, has lost as many friends and family members as I have, you'd be like, somewhat emotionally used to it, know how to handle it, but I never have been able to, as you can see. So nah, I'd just be thinking about it too much. So this is a good, something good to get my mind off it at least. So I appreciate your concern though, Linda. Thank you.
Many other names are mentioned in these volumes of files, but it does not answer the questions that just still remain about this entire matter. Now, White House officials are telling us, look, this is not surprising. The president knew his name would be in there.
And that's just some of the new footage or, previously, I don't know if it's previously unseen footage or footage that hasn't been seen in a long time, but this is Donald Trump on the right-hand side. As you can see, Jeffrey Epstein on the left-hand side. And I believe this was at Donald Trump's wedding to Marla Maples. There was a story that we talked about. Thank you, B. I appreciate that, dude. I appreciate that. I don't know how true it is, but I appreciate you saying so. I appreciate your kind words, dude. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you. I've never been good with it. Never been good with it. Never have been. But I guess in the grand scheme of things, not being okay with this is probably, a good thing, right? I guess if you succumb to, being okay with death surrounding you, then something is seriously wrong. So I guess, I'm not that worried about it. I should be on the right track, I guess. All right. But yes, this is the, part of the stories that have been breaking day after day, literally minute by minute, as it pertains to Donald Trump's involvement with Jeffrey Epstein, the, intended cover-up of that, the White House, again, covering up files, over 4,000 files, depicting $1.5 billion in transfers through, multiple bank accounts. What ties does Donald Trump have to that financially? We're now seeing, he's now at the wedding. So we've also heard recounts of, I think it was Epstein's brother that was on CNN. I'll see if I can pull that up, where he's kind of recounting Jeffrey, asking Donald Trump, why do you sleep with so many married women? And then going on to be like, it's not about the question. It's about, obviously you would not ask that question to somebody that you weren't damn fucking close with, right? You don't just pop around to, in Walmart, when you're in Walmart, and ask the guy behind, hey, how come you're sleeping with so many married women nowadays, right? You just not something that happens, right? So if you're asking that question, you're probably very close to this person. So I think that's what we should get out of that. Not that I know too much about Epstein's brother there or how trustworthy he is, but that's what CNN put out there. So just to fill you in on what is actually playing in the background, I do believe this is from the Donald Trump Marla Maples wedding.
But they are saying that he did nothing wrong. Of course, the president severed his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein over a real estate fight in Florida in the mid 2000s here. But what this does, again, return the conversation back to the president's name being in the files. Of course, the files have not been released.
There was never a conversation where his name wasn't in these files. I have never in my life had a conversation about the Epstein files and what happened without talking about Donald Trump's involvement, without somehow Donald Trump's name being brought into the conversation, whether it be on the flight logs, whether it be the pictures, whether it be the videos, whether it be the wedding, whether it be the financial ties, whether it be the drawings, whether it be Jeffrey, Epstein's testimony saying that he was Donald Trump's best friend, whether it be the ex-wife of Epstein that we played on CNN the other night, recounting when Donald Trump sexually assaulted her in front of Jeffrey Epstein at Trump Tower, in front of all the assistants, in front of all the secretaries, and nobody did anything. Nobody said anything, which again leads us to believe that type of shit is not abnormal. That's not something that is like something that people are going to be shocked by seeing in this workplace. Put it that way. So that, again, gives us further insight into what the workplace was like, what these guys were like in the workplace, what the women must have felt like in the workplace. You can imagine the women in this workplace who are probably desperate to keep their job, probably getting paid, more than they ever would in any other position, right? That they could have, trying to keep their job. And I'm sure there were some women in that office that were desperate to say something, that were desperate to try to get this word out there, but they were just probably scared to death. They were probably intimidated. They were probably, told by the company that bad things would happen if anything were to get out. That, we can only surmise and imagine as to what conduct brought this upon, and what how this workplace environment was created as far as Trump Tower. But that story was great insight into what that environment was like, and how nobody did anything. Nobody said anything. Nobody batted an eyelash. Trump and Epstein were just fucking still talking to each other, eye contact with one another as he's doing it. This is good insight into how well these two were connected, and how good of friends they were. So when Donald Trump continuously comes out and tries to obfuscate, when he sends, fucking, what's her face? I can't even think of her. Tulsi Gabbard out there in front of cameras, the Russian asset, had ties to the Syrian president, has ties to Vladimir Putin, the secret meetings that they had. I mean, it all pretty much connects here. If we just all of a sudden, if you didn't even know, if you're just kind of popping in here for the first time, you're not really, sucking from the fire hose in the news, as Hal says, then guess what? Just do me a favor, and in your mind, when you're listening to Tulsi Gabbard and her statements or her, press conferences or her answering questions, just kind of be like, okay, in your mind, just be like, okay, she's a Russian asset. Okay. And then tell me if you think it makes sense as to what she's saying. Right? If it makes sense to be like, well, Russia they didn't want Donald Trump in there. They didn't really, there's no really evidence to suggest they wanted, just the several one of his people that worked in his administration and his buddies that were convicted in the Mueller investigation, as we pointed out last show, right? Just those guys, just the 26 other, Russian people that were convicted. Just 3 or 4 different corporations that were wrapped up into this investigation as well. But other than that, and the fact that Marco Rubio led the Intelligence Committee, signed off on all of this stuff, said, we agree with the assessment here. that doesn't raise any red flags as to what Tulsi Gabbard is now trying to say. But again, we're not going to dive too deep into Tulsi Gabbard's bullshit, because again, that's just a huge distraction attempt. And we're not going to fall for it here. I do feel like it's something to show as far as clips, but again, to give her the airtime, to give her the time of day to spew the propaganda and lies, on the world stage is not happening on my show. I can tell you that much right now. So let's see what we can just finish out on this one. Just a couple more seconds to go in this video.
There's been an uproar over that, and many people are wondering if it is because of the Trump mentions in here. Again, we don't know the context of how many times his name appears, but we do know the president was briefed on this by his attorney general.
All right. So, that's going to have Trump shaking in his boots even more because now apparently only Donald Trump and only Pam Bondi actually know the extent as to how far Donald Trump's name goes in this file. Of course, Donald Trump, having lived the life, knows himself. But now apparently Pam Bondi and maybe some of her assistants and some other people in the DOJ are apparently the only ones privy to the actual files, to the actual involvement of Donald Trump, which now there appears to be hard evidence to suggest there is, because Pam Bondi has already briefed Donald Trump that he is definitely in the Epstein files, as if he didn't know that already. Okay. But yeah, that was that. I figured that was definitely something to report on that one. Hey, Julie, how are you? Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. What's up, Dancing with Bigfoot? How are you? DB Golden, what's going on? Race? How are you guys? CB, Belfast Bob, what's up, my man? Wise Girl? Appreciate you guys being here. Make sure you hit that like. Doc Nook Monster Shot, what's up, my dude? What a name. Peter, how are you, dude? Blues Loving, what's going on? WW, how are you? Chance, get the whole crew here tonight. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. All right, so let's see if we can just kind of skim through some of these wild and wacky clips. What do you say? I know there was a few different events that Donald Trump had some clips from that people were reporting on. So I just this is Asen, obviously does a great job at covering any stupid thing that Donald Trump says. I was just kind of flipping through his, obviously we know the Alina Habba story here, right? Where, and what's going on with that. Obviously the open corruption in broad daylight to make sure that she retains her job by Pam Bondi. But let's see if we can just scroll up. There's a couple clips from Donald Trump's sit down that I wanted to show you. But this is why I said so. I don't know if you guys have watched this yet. This Katie Fang video, and this might even be the second one. She might even have an updated one as it pertains to this. But again, it's basically just saying not to get distracted by this whole thing, and that I know people were mentioning in the chat, whether or not we can, what's going on with Ghislaine Maxwell? Are they going to offer her this or that? Is she going to take this deal or that deal? Can we believe what she says? And in my mind, no, you can't. And similar to what Katie Fang says in her videos, you have to understand that Ghislaine is appealing. Ghislaine is fighting her sentencing, is fighting her case, right? So she's not just all of a sudden going to come out, unless she's offered the most fucking ridiculous deal by the government that would absolutely enrage the American public. She's not just going to come out and admit her guilt while she also has appeals and all the other shit going on in the background, right? That doesn't really make sense. So, I also don't believe, even if it were to happen, that we could trust a word that fucking comes out of her mouth. Why would we? One of the sickest and most depraved people, that in recent memory, as it pertains to criminals and criminality in this country and abroad. I mean, it's not too hard to see why we shouldn't believe a word that comes out of her mouth, regardless of how far this goes. Even if she is willing to, I don't know, I guess spill the beans on Donald Trump. Again, I don't believe that it would lend any credibility. I don't think we could stand our weight on Ghislaine Maxwell's testimony, right? I'd rather get the release of the actual files and get the actual evidence, and see it in black and white, rather than listen to a credibly convicted sex trafficker of underage girls, right? That's just my thought on it. But yeah, I think I went a little too. Here we go. Some of the first ones. So this is again Donald Trump attacking anybody he possibly can, just flailing at nobody. He is just he's fighting invisible men at this point at these press conferences. Like, they're asking him simple questions, and he's just coming out like with treason and arrests and fucking violence and like any word that he could possibly think of that he thinks would distract the media or like gain some traction or attention from the media, so it would distract from this whole Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump involvement situation. That's what he's trying to do. So he's just he's going in with like one of these. He's just anything he can possibly hit. His eyes are closed, and he's just swinging, throwing fucking spaghetti at the wall, hoping something sticks. But it's not working, ladies and gentlemen. It is not working. It's not. I mean, it's just blowing up in his face time and time again, and that's what we've seen every time he opens his mouth. Every time, you know, every time he gets in front of a camera or a microphone, every time he tries to obfuscate, every time he tries to bring up Obama or Hillary Clinton, the story just gets even more exposure. It even gets even more traction. The firestorm grows even more with every one of these stories that we, again, pointed out. Jeffrey Epstein attending his wedding, the picture of Donald Trump and his, and Eric and Ivanka with Epstein at the restaurant opening, the financial ties that they're hiding behind the scenes, the letters. I mean, the list goes on and on and on of examples of Donald Trump's involvement and involvement with criminalities as it pertains to Jeffrey Epstein and his sex trafficking ring. So it just continues to blow up in his face. Let's see what this mealy mouth meathead had to say in these clips here. And again, we're just doing the clips, just short clips here. This one's less than a minute. We'll see if we can fly through it. You can kind of get the Cliff Notes version of the news. And again, we'll just continue to scroll up. There's news about Donald Trump supposedly deserving some accolades. I don't know. It seems like the mainstream media is really quick to still take Donald Trump's word, to still base reality off of what Donald Trump is saying. And it just fucking pisses me off because Donald Trump's announcing, trade deals with Japan. Meanwhile, Japan has not finalized the trade deal. They haven't signed it. They have to go through legislation before they can even do that. I'm not sure even if at this moment right now it has been signed, sealed, delivered, and finalized. But Caroline Leavitt will have you believe it's finalized. Donald Trump will have you believe it's finalized because apparently a letter has been sent out. But that hasn't even happened. I know there was a few stories going out a while ago. I haven't seen an update on that. But as far as I know, the legislation that Japan has to go through has not worked its way through the system. But again, if I'm wrong on that, let me know in the chat, and we'll have to we'll have to do some digging on that one. But yeah, let's see what this mealy mouth arsehole had to say in this one. This is let's see here. What was the first one? There we go. All right, so this is him talking about how he caught Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama red stone cold handed or whatever the fuck he says. Right? Here we go. This is his asshole in clip number 1. Here we go.
About it. But that was a big thing. No, we caught Hillary Clinton. We caught Barack Hussein Obama. They're the ones, and then you have many, many people under them. Susan Rice, they're all there. The names are all there. And I guess...
And again, how embarrassing, how fucking embarrassing must it be, right? To be sitting there with, again, another head of state. To be sitting next to another head of state at a meeting in the Oval Office and being questioned about Jeffrey Epstein repeatedly, and then having to go on and talk about what he believes is treasonous activity by past presidents and how they should be arrested and how it was like a violent coup. Like, wait till you hear some of the clips from Tulsi Gabbard. She wants you to believe this is like a full-on coup. Like, they're trying to wrap this up like January 6th and put a fucking bow on it, and it's fucking hilarious. It is fucking hilarious. It is so sweet. All right, here we go. Sorry.
They figured they're going to put this in classified information and nobody will ever see it again, but it doesn't work that way. And it's the most unbelievable thing I think I've ever read. So you ought to take a look at that and stop talking about nonsense because this is big stuff. Never has a thing like this happened in the history of our country. And by the way, it morphed into the 2020 race. And the 2020 race was rigged.
He's going to do everything possible. Every bit of his mental capability, which are fucking extremely minimal at this point, is being used right now to try to make this seem like the scandal of the century. He honestly wants you to believe that this is like the coup that nobody knew about. This is the cover-up of the century. Meanwhile, he's literally engaged in the cover-up of the century. Oh man, like he's still using terms that describe what he's doing. Like he can't even help himself. Sorry.
Then it was a rigged election, and because it was rigged, we have millions of people in our country. We do have that is a fact. We do have millions of people in this country. That is good math.
Good math. How long did it take you to count that one?
Had inflation, we solved the.
Oh, thank you, Linda. Thank you, Linda, for the Venmo. You are fantastic. I appreciate that. Hugs to you and yours. Welcome to California. Thank you so much, Linda. I appreciate that. And you guys too. If that is a means that you have, can send a Venmo. There's a QR code up there in the corner there. And if you take a picture, you can bust a buck and try your luck on supporting some independent media. It does go a long way, a lot further than if you were to subscribe to like the New York Times or the Washington fucking this or that. So just saying. The membership, less than a gallon of gas in California. Also great deal for your money. So just saying.
Inflation problem, but millions and millions of people came into our country because of that.
All right, so that's clip one of this idiot. So let's see if we can skip up. I know there's a couple in here, and again, we're just going to go through the highlights or the lowlights. Here's where he says again, Obama is guilty of treason. Donald Trump declares Obama is officially guilty of treason, even though he's got presidential immunity per the Supreme Court because Donald Trump made them do that. So I don't know how this is going to work. Actually, I'm not sure how this works. And again, I think that's even brought up in the press conference today, which is hilarious. Again, I don't think neither Tulsi Gabbard nor Caroline Levitt had an answer to that one. We'll take a look at, maybe we'll just take a look at some of the questions that the reporters have. I'll spare you maybe the actual words from Tulsi Gabbard, but some of it is important. Some of it is, at least you want to hear the bullshit that they're trying to come out with. That way, you know what to combat. That's why I think, going over this is important. I'm not lending any traction to what she's saying. I'm not highlighting it. I'm just saying this way, if you go into an argument, if you go into a debate, if you're talking to a family member and they happen to bring this up, then, you at least know what might be coming at you. You at least know what facts you need to come up with, what the best way in order to combat this argument. That's pretty much what the hopes is of watching some of this bullshit. You know what I mean? And watching Tulsi Gabbard, at least highlighting the distraction attempt that she is now front and center and leading. So again, let's take a look at this one. This is Donald Trump. Yeah, Donald Trump. Donald Trump talking about how Barack Obama is again officially guilty of treason, ladies and gentlemen.
Lots of people all over the place. It was them too. But the leader of the gang was President Obama. Barack Hussein.
The leader of the gang. Oh, it's so good. It's like the more like harsh rhetoric he thinks he's using, the more it looks like he's guilty as it pertains to the Epstein. Oh, thank you, Rox. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So helpful with the memberships. It's like because of people like Rox, because of people like Nordez, because of people like Sheldon and all of you fantastic people, we are now reached and surpassed 500 members for the channel, which I think is fantastic. So let's keep it going. Let's see if we can get our way onto 1,000. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys. His hair looks like snow with a little piss. Sorry. Oh, that got me. All right. Score one for the chat. Score one for the chat.
Saying Obama, have you heard of him? And except for the fact that he gets shielded by the press for his entire life, that's the one they.
I can't unsee it. I can't fucking unsee it. You don't like my music, you son of a bitch.
Look, he's guilty. It's not a question. I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of.
Oh. This is every word you can think of. Now that I remember, I think we played this the other day. But I think the entire show got taken down through copyright. So I'm not even sure you can go view it anymore. Literally every clip I played was like, copyright. Nope, you can't play that. I know you're playing another show playing our clip that's playing our clip, but you can't do that either. So that's why if you go back and watch that show, it's probably like not making any sense. It's like, he's talking about something where I didn't see a clip. That's why. That's why. In order to avoid the strike, I had to take everything out. But, lesson learned. Lesson learned. Lesson learned.
They tried to steal the election. They tried to obfuscate the election.
Whoa. That's big. That's big. The man that can't even say fucking yesterday is trying to say the word obfuscate. He can't even say yesterday, ladies and gentlemen.
Yesterday is a hard word for me.
But he's pulling out the obfuscate. Like, he studied that one. He fucking trained in the mirror to get that word out. Like, he's, if I just say that word, oh man, they're gonna they'll be the smartest. I'll be smart on a level like they've never seen before.
They did things that nobody's ever even imagined, even in other countries. You've seen some pretty rough countries. This man is.
Speaking of other countries, right? Are we just going to totally dismiss the fact that there are several countries in the world that have also come out with intelligence reports to suggest Russia's involvement in the 2016 election, not only in the United States, but also in multiple elections throughout the world? Like, are we just going to totally disregard the fact that we can look up reports from multiple different nations that also corroborate the fact that Russia was involved and somehow trying to affect the 2016 election and other elections, every election, right? Are we just gonna, we're just gonna totally throw that out the window? I don't know. Just seems weird that they hadn't thought about the fact that we could talk about that now.
Seen some pretty rough countries, but you've never seen anything like it. And we have all of the documents. And from what Tulsi told me, she's got thousands of additional documents coming.
Yep, lots of paper, folks. Lots of paper. They don't say anything that we're trying to tell you that they say, but it is a shitload of paper. Kind of like the binder that I brought into 60 Minutes. Didn't quite have anything in it, but boy, was that a big fucking binder. This fucking guy and his binders, right? He just fucking can't help it. Remember when Kayleigh McEnany brought in the huge fucking binder and was like, hey, just hold it. Don't open it. Don't open it. Because there's nothing in it. It's blank pages. I know it's a lot of paper, but there's nothing in it. Don't open it. And she opened it. There's no health, no plans, no nothing in it. Like, this guy and his binders is also sending out those assholes out of the White House with the Epstein binders. The Epstein binders, like this thing of fucking information that was less than was already publicly known. Oh, this fucking guy and his binders, man. I hope there's a binder that comes out on fucking his involvement with Jeffrey Epstein. That's the fucking binder that I want to see. The actual fucking binder with the actual information. That's what I want to see.
So President Obama, it was his concept, his idea, but he also got it from crooked Hillary Clinton.
So then it wasn't Obama's idea or concept. You see how do you see how that works? One sentence later. One sentence. This doesn't even have to be. just pick a sentence. You don't have to watch the whole thing. Let me just tell you now, the whole thing's fucking crazy. The whole thing's like this. None of it makes sense. It's a garbled mess from a fucking mush-headed, mealy-mouthed meathead, right? Just listen to this statement. Here we go. All right, one more time. Hit me with that.
But he also got it from crooked Hillary Clinton.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't go back enough. One more time.
Obama, it was his concept, his idea.
It was Obama's concept and his idea. Okay, you got that? Now, let's see if we can get on to the very next sentence.
But he also got it from crooked Hillary Clinton.
But he also got it. So wouldn't that make it a dual, like co-idea? Wouldn't that be like a team? Wouldn't that be like the makings of a syndicate? You could use that to your effect, right? Like, what are we talking about? One sentence, and it's not even a fucking pertinent sentence. Like, it's just a fucking useless, meaningless sentence in his shit. And you can just literally pick that out and be like, well, yep, that makes no sense. You just contradicted yourself in 5 fucking words. Oh, least amount of words used ever to contradict oneself. Congratulations on that one. Appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Josh. Appreciate that. Oh, and thank you, Yvonne. Appreciate you guys. You guys are just amazing. And you know what? I don't think that I don't notice that it's very likely the same people week in and week out, show in and show out, that contribute. Everybody in their own way helps this channel grow, whether it's liking, sharing, subscribing, doing the free stuff, whether or not it's just, throwing a bunch of comments in the chat, using the emojis, making sure YouTube knows that we're engaging. There's a lot of ways you can do it, but, just to let you know that I noticed. I got you. All right, so let's see if we can scroll on to the next the next highlight or low light, whichever way you want to see it from this here. Lots of stories going on. Here's a Midas Touch video talking about Uncle Luke of the 2 Live crew in an interview talking about how in the early 90s he was at Trump's house in Palm Beach and had to leave early because he saw people who he thought were underage girls, saw drug use and had to get out. So if you want to check that out one from Midas, that was I would definitely recommend checking that one out if you want to figure out that information there. Or hear the clip of him recalling his accounts there. This is one of the photos from the K-File found confirms that Epstein actually attended Donald Trump's wedding to Marla Maples. That was the B-roll footage that we were showing behind the previous CNN clip there, as I explained. This is, again, another angle. This is Jeffrey Epstein, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Oh, okay. This is a video. So hold on. Let me see if I'll play this. I'll play this little clip, 41-second clip. Maybe they'll just give you a little explanation better than I can. Here we go.
Of Epstein entering the reception at the Plaza Hotel. We can also see him in the background of another picture. That's Howard Stern on the far right, along with Robin.
Yeah, I mean, never good when you got a photo bombing of Jeffrey Epstein at your wedding. Just going to say, just throwing that one out there. I don't know if you could find a creepier picture than that one right there, right? I mean, just fucking look at that creepazoid in the middle. Good Lord Almighty. Just a man that is up to no good. You can tell the look in his eye. All right, so let's see what CNN has to say here, what they uncovered for us. A little bit more of this, sorry.
Of Epstein entering the reception at the Plaza Hotel. We can also see him in the background of another picture. That's Howard Stern on the far right, along with Robin Leach from Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. And Epstein is behind them at the wedding, almost seeming to be photo bombing them. We also found this photo from just a few months earlier. Donald Trump with 2 of his children talking to Jeffrey Epstein. That's at the opening of the Harley-Davidson Cafe in New York in October 1993. You can see Ivana there. She would have been just about to turn 12
And can I just say, like, this whole the statement that Walt Nada or Stephen Chung or fucking Stephen Miller, somebody put out a goddamn statement where it was like, oh, we didn't know, nobody knew about Jeffrey Epstein until 2003 or 5 or whenever the fuck it was, right? And it's like, listen, for a man that was around him this much, you'd have to be one stupid bastard. You'd have to be one ignorant and blind bastard to not know what this guy was up to be flying on the jet, to be on the flight logs, to be having him at the wedding, to be talking about, having sex with married women, to be feeling up girlfriends. Like, that's not something that tells me this was just like just like a passing, friendship that is only at like these high profile benefits that, these people show up at. No. It's a lot deeper than that, ladies and gentlemen. A whole hell of a lot deeper than that. And again, never good when you got a picture holding on to your kids next to the world's most prolific pedophile. Just saying.
In that photo.
Yeah, you can see Ivanka right there between Trump and Epstein. All right, these are never before seen photos, Andrew. I know you also
of Epstein entering the reception at the...
sorry, that was just a short clip of that. So yeah, that's another CNN article. If you want to check out the whole thing, I definitely advise you to go check that out. It gives you a lot of it gives you some more insight as to, the dealings of Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein and how close they were. Again, this is from February 3rd, 1999. Just a few years, folks. This isn't like decades before Epstein was made publicly. It was made publicly known that Epstein was involved in a sex trafficking ring involving the most high-profile clientele in the world. Again, shouldn't take a genius. Shouldn't take Columbo. Shouldn't take Columbo to figure that one out with the amount of time that they spent together. Thank you, Susan. Appreciate that. Brian shining the spotlight on the Epstein files, cover up, expose them all. Donnie Boy's kryptonite. Absolutely. And it's only because of you guys and your involvement and your passion for getting this out there that this continues to be a story, and that, a lot of these videos that are out there about this story are getting millions and millions and millions of views. Even the smaller channels are having videos blow up, getting 100,000 views, 200,000 views, 300,000 views. So, I mean, people are definitely still interested in this. And you can be damn sure that's not all just, Democrats, lefties, progressives. That is definitely a lot of people on what they would call the conservative side of things, right? So let's continue on here. Let's see if we can find a couple more clips. I know there was a few more. Here's a few more too. This is somebody kissing his ass. Don't really care. We have $16 trillion so far invested in our country. This is really in the last. Yeah, sure. Okay, there, Chief. Fucking delusion on a level that has never been seen before. All right, let's see what he's got to say in here. I see he's talking about somebody being hotter than somebody else, I guess. Let's see here. He's probably, and if I'm going to guess correctly, he's probably either talking about Tulsi Gabbard or his right-hand woman there, Susie Wiles. Let's see if we can figure this one out.
Director of National Intelligence. Oh, where's Tulsi? She's like hotter than everybody.
All right, because you put her out there front and center to be the lead fucking role in this play that you're putting on in order to distract your base and hopefully the media and their attention away from you and Jeffrey Epstein. That's why he's loving it right now. Oh, she's hotter than a woo. We're giving her the spotlight now, baby. She's really out there. I just a couple weeks ago told everybody that she has no fucking idea what she's doing because I directly went against her intelligence reporting. But again, woo, she's hotter than a pistol. Don't believe what she says as it pertains to anything abroad. But this whole thing with Obama, man, she's spot on there.
She's the hottest one in the room right now.
Geez, somebody that's really embroiled right now in a scandal involving Jeffrey Epstein should maybe refrain from calling other women hot at this point. I'm just saying, if I was your PR guy, I'd probably say, hey, probably refrain on commenting on the looks of women because I know that's what you're doing right there.
Because she found out with certainty. I think we knew it before, in all fairness, Tulsi. But now you have certainty. She has all the documents. She has everything that you need. And she found out that Barack Hussein Obama led a group of people and they cheated in the elections and they cheated without question. It's not even a quote.
They cheated in the election that they lost? How does that work again? How does that play out exactly? We have people in the positions of power that we need if we wanted to, and we did cheat, but we still somehow lost that. And then again, why did none of this came out during your first administration? Didn't you have national intelligence directors under your first administration? I think you had several of them, really. I think there's one still in the administration. Are we going to ask him as to why this information wasn't found, looked at, talked about under your first administration, or are we just going to totally blow by this whole?
Would you say there's even a little question there, Tulsi? She says no. And you found things.
I wouldn't even be surprised to hear she wasn't even in the room at the time he just asked that question. Yeah, she says, yeah, definitely. I don't know where she is, but I heard her once. She said, yeah, so we'll go with that.
Things that nobody thought we'd ever find. And very happy and very honored to have you with us. She's right now, by far, Speaker. She's hotter than you right now, Speaker.
Jesus. Speaking of Mike Johnson, clips of Mike Johnson. Hopefully we have enough time, but there are some clips of Mike Johnson to get to. The hypocrisy coming out of the House, the Republican House right now is just unbelievable. Donald Trump wants the Senate to stay and work out his deals, but he wants the House to go home so that they can't vote on releasing the Epstein files. Meanwhile, you got Speaker Mike Johnson touting how the Republicans care about sex trafficking as they're, again, avoiding any votes on releasing the Epstein file. If you can make sense of it, throw it in the chat. Love to know about it. Love to hear it. Show me how, please.
She's the hottest person in the room right now, Speaker.
Thank you, Yvonne. I can start an argument in an empty room. Imagine how mad Donald Trump makes me. This creep. Sorry about my language, Ryan, but I'm pissed, and I have reason to be. Absolutely. And of course, nobody needs to apologize for their language here at Blunt Politics. That's what we're here for. Let it all out. Let it all out. Let's fucking go. All right, hit that like button too, by the way. You're watching Blunt Politics. I appreciate you.
Okay. So, Tulsi, great job. And I know you have a lot more coming. She told me you've seen nothing yet. So
exactly. Probably the truest statement of the speech here. You've seen nothing yet. Exactly. We have seen nothing yet, really, to even suggest any corroboration, any evidence whatsoever to what you're now trying to claim happened, right? So again, that one's going down the tubes. Oh, thank you, Susan. Big night for Susan. Let's go. Share this video far and wide. Get more subscribers. I'm trying like hell. I am. I'm putting out more videos. I'm trying to cut up the lives, put them out as videos so you guys have more content to see. Just make sure that the more content you put out, the more people start recognizing your name. We're trying to do shorts. Like I said, I'm also trying to get back into doing the Midas Touch videos. So, we're trying to get our name out there. We're trying to do everything possible. And hopefully we're going to continue having some great guests on the show. We've been very fortunate and very lucky to have some very high profile and influential and important people on such a small show, small podcast. So I'm very honored and appreciative of that. And hopefully that trend continues. And it's only going to be with you guys continuing to hit that like button. And again, sharing the stream, talking about it, putting it on Blue Sky, wherever you guys might be, Instagram, Facebook, that we are going to continue to grow and have any chance of hoping of hitting our 15,000 subscriber goal. And then we can set a new one. But right now we're on our way to 15,000. So thank you guys. It's only with your help. Appreciate you.
I heard those rumors about you, but now I know they're true. So we're very proud of you, Tulsi. They cheated so badly, and ultimately it led to a loss in 2020. And it shouldn't have been a loss. It was a big victory. We won by a lot.
Wait, so the cheating was done in 2020? I don't even think they can get their story right. I'm not even sure they get their story right. All right, I'm done being confused by that one. Let's see if we can go on. Obama and a group of thugs cheated on elections. All right, here we go. Here's another one.
Horrible that Obama and a group of thugs cheated on the elections. They cheated violently, viciously on the
They cheated violently, ladies and gentlemen. It was a violent cheating. Jesus Christ. January 6th wasn't violence. It was a love fest. There was so much love in the air. But apparently these intelligence papers have now found out and uncovered a violent cheating scandal. Sorry. You can't take it seriously. Thank you, Petrazi. Appreciate you. Appreciate you being here for 13 months. I have loved my time here with fellow lobsters. I very much appreciate that, and that is good to hear. I appreciate that you guys are enjoying your time here. Thank you, but you can't take this seriously, right? I mean, come on. Come the fuck on. What are we talking about, dude?
elections. They're violent people. They're vicious, horrible.
Violent people. Violent people. Barack Obama, violent, because all the fights and the fucking brawls that we've seen Barack in. Every time you walk into a UFC event, this is all you hear, right? This is the first thing you hear walking into the UFC event. Obama. Get the fuck out of here. Oh.
Wrong. These are vicious, horrible people. And we can't let this happen. SB, we're doing a real.
Oh, I love it. It's fun when you can figure when you go into it knowing that it's horseshit as it is 99.9% of the time, but still. Let's see. When I was in Saudi Arabia, we took back 5.1 trillion. When I say took it back, I mean took it back in terms of investment in our country. Okay. There was also one here where he talks about he's going to lower prices like 1,500%, 1,000%. I think he continues to go down, and then the last one's the highest. Let's see here. I watch Democrats on the shows. They say prices are up. No, let's see. I'll just play that last one. Let's see if we can just find that last one here. This is where he gets fact checked on the price of gas here, as you can see by Elon Musk on website, which is pretty cool. Oh, here we go. This is one we got to check out here. This is where he talks about how much he's going to lower drug prices here, ladies and gentlemen. See if you can get your abacus out. See if you can break out the calculator. I don't know. You got an iPhone. You got one on there. See if there's maths to you guys. Just curious.
1/5, 1/2. It's a tremendous difference. And this is for the people in this room, because this is something that nobody else can do.
1/5, 1/2. Big difference between 1/5 and 1/2. Just saying.
We're going to get the drug prices down, not 30 or 40%, which would be great, not 50 or 60. No, we're going to get them down 1,000%, 600%,
That's less than 1,000.
500%,
That's less than 600.
and 1,500%.
That's bigger than all of them. What the fuck are we doing?
Numbers that are not even thought to be achievable because
They're not. Oh man, it's just wild. How did we get here, ladies and gentlemen? How the fuck did we get here? I don't know. I mean, I do know, but I still at the same time don't know. And then there's also, let me see if I can go to this one. This is where I was talking about earlier, where Ben Mycelis was putting this out when they were reporting on the Japan trade deal. This was Ben's from yesterday at, 22nd at 5:38 on Trump announcement of Japan trade deal, which he claims has 15% tariffs on Japan. They will invest $550 billion. 1, Japan has not confirmed. 2, Japan requires legislative approval of the deal. And 3, Japan invested $783 billion between 2018 and 2023. So it hasn't been done yet. And even if it is, or it does get done, they actually invested more through the years of 2018 and 2023 than you now got another deal done for. But, again, pat yourself on the back, but don't hurt yourself while you're at it. All right. Let's see here. There was a few here from Aaron too. Let's see what the latest and greatest was. Ugh. Oh yeah, Comer was on CNN looking like an asshole once again. We don't have to dive into that. That's not necessary. What was this? Another signing by Trump, with Trump saying he invented AI. Here he is mocking trans people once again. Let's take a look at that, because I don't stand for no anti-trans shit. So let's call it out every single time we see it.
now a man who transitioned came up and looked at the bar. How much is it? 212 pounds. Oh, let me try it. Bing, bong. I think he broke the record by 109 pounds.
He's back to the bing bongs. He's back to the bing bongs, ladies and gentlemen. Can I get a like and some emojis in the chat for the bing bongs? Do we have any bing bongs here? Shit, I used to have actually a bing bong where he said bang bong. I remember that drop. I don't have that one anymore. It's probably somewhere laid deep in here, but I probably wouldn't find it on time. Bang bong. Oh, look, there's a fly.
There's a fly. Oh, I wonder where the fly came from.
All right, sorry.
It's going to be a long time. It's going to be a long time before a woman catches that. And these are great athletes and great people, and it's demeaning. And who the hell wants this? We're off of that whole standard, because I just tell you those as examples. We're off now.
We're not off that standard. I can let you know right off the fucking bat that we are not off that standard. Here's where he comments on Mondami. I'm sorry.
Companies to join us in rejecting poisonous Marxism in our technology. It'll be very interesting to see what's happening in New York, because they're actually electing a communist in New York. They like to call him a socialist. He's not a socialist. He's a communist. But don't worry, you're going to be okay. He still has to get his money from the White House.
Wrong.
It's not going to happen until he shapes up.
Wrong.
Again, more threats, idle threats from Donald Trump telling us that he got rid of woke. A lot of more stupid fucking clips. There's another dumb clip of Mike Johnson. Oh, here's the clip we were talking about. Oh, Aaron did a good job. Aaron fucking, he understood the assignment. So this is the clip I was talking about that we played the other day on the show, where he was asked if Pam Bondi literally had informed him of his involvement, his name being on the Epstein files, right? So this is the clip. This is just a couple days ago. And add that up to the story now that we have now heard that Pam Bondi has indeed informed Donald Trump that his name is in the Epstein files. So yeah, check this out.
How many more states? The Attorney General briefed you on the DOJ and FBI review, the findings of that review. The Attorney General briefed you on that.
what? On the
DOJ and FBI
on what?
review.
On what subject?
Epstein. Okay. On Epstein, of the review of the files. Attorney General Pam Bondi.
A very quick briefing.
A very quick briefing. You see, that wasn't a long briefing. It was a quick briefing. So if she did say my name in there, it wasn't many files, because you can tell that by how quick the briefing was.
Did she tell you, what did she tell you about the review? And specifically, did she tell you at all that your name appeared in the file?
what did she tell you about the review? And did she specifically tell you that your name appears in these files? And Donald Trump says,
No, she's given us just a very quick briefing, and in terms of the credibility of the different things that they've seen. And I would say that, these files were made up by Comey. They were made up by Obama.
so again, this after he's already been informed that his name, and again, we all know that he knows, right? But he's now been informed that there is actual and direct evidence inside the government, inside the DOJ, inside the FBI, wherever the fuck, whoever holds it, that now has his name in black and white in the Epstein files, like we've known for a long time, right? I mean, no secrets here, no like bombshells being dropped on us here. But again, this was just a few days ago. Now add that up to the story where we now know that he was actually briefed on his involvement, his name being in these files, which I thought was fucking beautiful for him to come out and actually be like, no. And it was a really short meeting. It was short. Just to let you know, I want to let you know it was a short meeting. It wasn't a long meeting. It was a short meeting. But let's see if we can dive into this one for a second here. So you don't have to look at his face anymore. But I know there was a few clips from, again, Tulsi Gabbard's ridiculous press conference today that I wanted to show you guys. Again, so you at least know what to combat, how to combat it. Now, am I missing something? Did he not cover this? Oh, here we go. Senate Intelligence Committee. Do I go over the clips of it? Yeah, I don't want to subject you to the whole thing. Although I don't see many clips here. Oh, here's another clip of it. All right, so here's one clip here that we'll check out from Tulsi Gabbard's press conference here. I can go to RSBN or Fox, and they probably have the video of just the questions from the reporters, or we could fast forward if not. So let's just check out this one clip, and then I'll see if I can figure it out, pick it up somewhere else. Bring this in for you guys. Here we go. Check this out right now.
The Senate Intelligence Committee spent several years looking into this and unanimously agreed in a bipartisan fashion. Secretary of State Rubio was a member of that committee, that there was no political interference. There was a years-long Justice Department investigation into this as well that also concluded no political interference. So help us from a 50,000-foot level explain, what do you now have that refutes those two?
Sure. I will encourage you in my role as the Director of National Intelligence.
And again, this is what we talked about earlier as far as all of the other bits of evidence that are surrounding these files that Tulsi Gabbard is now bringing up. Again, the Senate Intelligence Committee, Marco Rubio's involvement in that, them signing off on these, on what happened, pretty much. Again, all the other countries that we can point at that know of and have evidence of Russia's involvement in somehow trying to affect change in our elections and also in other countries' elections. I mean, again, you'd have to forget and not know and just not research anything and have not paid attention to anything for so many years in order to believe any of this bullshit is fucking hilarious.
My job, again, as I said when I came into this role, was to make sure that we are telling the truth to the American people and that we are ensuring that the intelligence community is not being politicized. So I'm not asking you to take my word for it. I'm asking you and the media to conduct honest journalism and the American people to see for yourself in the documents that we've released now, close to 200 pages, that point in multiple references, multiple examples, to include comments that have been made by senior intelligence professionals who are some still working within these agencies today that confirm the conclusions that we have drawn, that President Obama directed an intelligence community assessment.
And again, now in your mind, I want you to be like, well, she's had secret meetings with Assad. Assad's got connections to Putin. We know about those secret meetings. Now, it would make sense for her to come out and try to say that Russia didn't have much involvement in this and that they didn't want Donald Trump in there, and to make it seem like, I don't know, some sort of plan was, conceived by Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. Oh, man. Reaching
to be created to further this contrived false narrative that ultimately led to a years-long coup to try to undermine President Trump's presidency.
And now, yeah, geez, should we get to Obama's reaction to this whole thing? Let's see here. I got this one. I got it ready to cook for you right here. Let's see here. Bum, 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 bum. Obama responds right here. Open.
Stooping to an ugly new low, even for him.
Let me say no thanks to that. Let me show you guys can see this on the screen. We'll just play a couple minutes of this so we can get this we can get this information. Here we go.
He's making a claim that will be heard the world over, reviving an old and familiar and rather tired tactic of accusing a perceived political enemy of treason. Only this time, the subject was his first-term predecessor, former President Barack Obama.
The leader of the gang was President Obama. He's guilty. It's not a question. I like to say, let's give it time. It's there. He's guilty. This was treason. This was every word you can think of. They tried to steal the election.
He made that baseless, unsubstantiated.
Sorry. I can't get over the every word you can think of. Like, does that say a kid that didn't do his book report? Like, does that say a kid that is trying to, like, over-exaggerate? That is just, like, digging through his brain as deep as he could possibly dig to dig out the words that would, like, make this seem more of a scandal than it is? All the words you could think of.
Rather ludicrous accusation today in the Oval Office. It follows baseless, unsubstantiated claims.
We know that. Give me Obama's response. All right, here's Obama's response to it.
It reads, quote, out of respect for the office of the presidency, our office does not normally dignify the constant nonsense and misinformation flowing out of this White House with a response. But these claims are outrageous enough to merit one. These bizarre allegations are ridiculous and a weak attempt at distraction. Nothing in the document issued last week undercuts the widely accepted conclusion that Russia worked to influence the 2016 presidential election, but did not successfully manipulate any votes. These findings were affirmed.
Jess is so right. Yes, you are so right, though. Like Jess says here, he's too lazy at this point, right? Like he's too lazy to lie at this point. Like you can just like these fucking attempts to distract are getting lazier and lazier and lazier with every single attempt. Like, they're reaching at the bottom of the barrel trying to think of ideas as to how they could possibly put something else in the headlines. Get something else in the headlines, please. Talk about something else. Say Obama. Just say Obama and treason and violent and coup. Just say those words. He actually, I think Donald Trump goes on at one point in his speakings today, in his speeches, wherever he was, to actually instruct the Republicans as to what to say if they're even questioned about this, right? Like he goes on to thank you, AI Jesus. Appreciate you, buddy, as always. Appreciate that. But he actually goes on to coach like the Republicans, like be like, just say Obama, just say coup, just say 2016, 2020, just say stolen election. If they talk about Epstein, just say this. Like he actually goes on to coach the rest of the Republicans on like how to handle this situation, like how they should just totally try to do a 180 and just talk about something else. Like it's fucking great to me. It really is great to me. All right, just a couple more seconds of this, and then we'll go on.
2020 report by the bipartisan Senate Intelligence Committee, led by then Chairman Marco Rubio. The very same Marco Rubio, little Marco to Donald, who currently serves as Trump's Secretary of State.
You can't say little Marco. You can't say that. Hold on. Where is
Always calling me little Marco. And I'll admit, the guy, he's taller than me. He's like 6'2", which is why I don't understand why his hands are the size of someone who's 5'2".
You can't say little
The
Marco.
rest of my life, I have the curse that I have little hands. Little hands.
You know what happens when you pull out the little Marco references?
Referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small.
Hey, you got a little chubby going there.
All right, sir.
State and National Security Advisor. His report concluded that Russia conducted an influence campaign in 2016 to do this, quote, harm the Clinton campaign, tarnish an expected Clinton presidential administration, help the Trump campaign after Trump became the presumptive Republican nominee, and undermine the U.S.
Strange when you use their own words against them, when you use their own past interviews, their own past statements, such as Tulsi Gabbard, I believe on the Joe Rogan podcast, talking about how she does believe Russia was definitely involved in Russian meddling as far as the 2016 election is concerned. I don't think there was any arguments as to that. But now all of a sudden there was a coup. There was a fucking coup, baby. Fucking Obama. Obama did it. Black guy. Fucking wow. Look over there. Look anywhere. Oh, they're trying so hard, ladies and gentlemen, but we're not falling for it. We're not falling for it. All right. And I did want to just get this in before we get too deep into it. This little short clip here from Clay Higgins. And I literally have to, refrain from getting too upset as to the bullshittery, how wrong he is, the Russian propaganda, the Russian rhetoric straight from the Kremlin that is now being espoused on the House floor. This is just, it's a shame to see. It really is, and it's infuriating to think that we have people representing us as stupid as these fucking people are. But here's Clay Higgins telling us that Ukraine has absolutely no chance to win. It's a fucking fantasy to think they're going to get any of their land back. We're wasting our time by sending them weapons. We're literally just helping turn their country to dust. So I guess take it away, Clay Higgins, you fucking moron.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I support the amendment because I support the cessation of feeding this war. There's been zero intelligent definition of what victory would look like over there.
Oh, pick me. Hold on.
Going back?
Pick me. I got one. And I'm not even a representative. I'm not an elected official. Fuck. I was a plumber till about 3 months ago. All right. But I got a suggestion. How about victory looks like when every fucking Russian with a weapon, with every Russian in a tank or a fucking APV, or with a shoulder fire rocket, or with fucking drones at his control, gets the fuck out of Ukraine and fucking hightails it to the fucking nearest Russian border as fast as Vladdy can fucking run. That looks like victory to me. Victory to me looks like Ukraine having its Ukrainian territory back. I don't know. How about that for a fucking idea? Maybe that's a thought that maybe have been fucking bounced around the house. You think that may have been fucking talked about in the back rooms at some point? Like, maybe the ultimate fucking, sign of victory would be when Russia gets the fuck out of Ukraine. Maybe when the bombs from Russia stop being lobbed into fucking Ukraine. Maybe that's a sign of victory. Maybe when they drop their fucking weapons and run as fast as possible back to the Russian border and allow the Ukrainian people to have their sovereignty back, to govern themselves and to live in their own territory without fear of being fucking bombed every single night. I'd say that would look like victory to me. I don't know about you. I'm no fucking military strategist. I'm no military genius here. I don't have 4 stars on my shoulder or fucking a lot of brass on the fucking chest here. I don't got no fucking salad to be pinned on. But I can damn sure tell you it should be pretty fucking obvious what a sign of victory would look like as it pertains to Russia's involvement in their attacks on Ukraine. How fucking hard is that? And JD, I'm going to need you, buddy. Sorry. My apologies. Don't mean to call you out, but the swear jar may need to be filled up on this one because fuck you, Clay Higgins, you bald-headed piece of shit. How about that? How about that, Clay? How about that? Hey, Clay, how about one of these?
Go fuck yourself.
You fucking cocksucker.
Back to Ukraine? You think they're getting back their eastern territories?
Yes, I do. I fucking definitely do. I certainly fucking do. And I think a lot more fucking Russians are going to have to die in order to get that. And unfortunately, the leadership that we have right now means that probably and definitely a lot more Ukrainians are probably going to have to die before that happens. Unfortunately. But yes, I absolutely do believe that at some point, Ukraine will achieve ultimate victory in this fight. And that Russia is collapsing. Whether it be a lot more slowly than we thought was going to happen. But shit's happening, baby. This is, again, supposed to be a 72-hour operation, I remind you, by the fucking Russian military. They were supposed to drive that fucking gravy train, a stupid fucking straight line of military vehicles, straight into Kyiv, And in 72 hours, that was supposed to be their country. And here we are, folks. So don't for a fucking second think that Ukraine is losing this fight. Not for a fucking second. Don't listen to this piece of shit or any one of his colleagues, because they're not. And the only way they're going to continue to win in this fucking battle is if we continue to support them in every way we possibly can, whether it be morally, financially, spiritually, however you fucking can. That's how they're going to win. And they will win. So just one more time, Clay. Sorry.
Go fuck yourself.
You cock fucking bag, motherfucking son of a bitch.
You fed them. I've been on the ground over there. I have in my heart love for the Ukrainian people and their stance for their own sovereignty and their freedom. I know what that feels like. And you have fed them enough weaponry for their entire nation to be pounded into dust.
And I'm sorry, as somebody who has recently stepped foot on Ukrainian soil, in many of the towns and villages throughout the fucking Ukrainian countryside, in Kyiv its fucking self, I can tell you that I did not see any damage. And I know that we were extremely lucky, and I'm putting a fucking asterisk on this because before we got there, it was bad, and since we left, it has been even worse, right? But we struggled. We actually went out with defense contractors and asked them, hey, is there any bit of like damaged building or like something that you could show us? Maybe we could get some pictures of and send back and show everybody what's going on. And because of the size of the city of Kyiv, or because of the ability of the air defenses that Ukraine has set up to protect that city, you couldn't fucking find it, even if you wanted to. We were searching out places. There was one, the attack on the children's hospital, that you could see on the other side of the building some remnants of the strike. Other than that, couldn't fucking see shit. Looked like a normal city, looked like normal towns, normal villages with normal gas stations, with normal fucking stores, with normal people going to normal work, doing normal things on normal fucking days. I didn't see a country in dust. I didn't see a country in rubble. I didn't see golden domes falling on the ground everywhere. Now, further east, I know it's a different fucking story. Let's not kid ourselves. I understand that it is very much a World War II, apocalyptic landscape. But whose fucking fault is that? That's not the United States' fault for giving Ukraine defensive weapons and offensive weapons in order to defend themselves. That's not fucking our fault. So you're barking up the wrong tree there, Clay. It's not our assistance of the Ukrainian people that is causing the destruction in the eastern part of their country. It is the continued fucking inability of Donald Trump and this administration to grab their fucking balls and actually fucking lead in this moment, to try to enact some peace, to try to force Vladimir Putin into some fucking some action, into some change in this situation. But no, let's give him 50 days on top of the 2 weeks, on top of the 5 weeks that it's already been. That way Vladimir Putin go the entire fucking summer without having to deal with anything pertaining to the United States and can continue to lob drones and fucking missiles and ballistic missiles and Shahed drones and fucking his troops into Ukraine night after night to kill and murder people. So while we're sitting by giving fucking Vladimir Putin another 50-day respite, another 50-day break, on top of the 2-week break, on top of the 5 weeks that it's already been since the 2-week break, now before the 50, I mean, you get the fucking point. We're just giving this guy all the time in the world to regroup, to re-fucking arm, to continue his murderous run. And we've seen absolutely nothing but failed leadership from nothing but incompetence from everybody in this administration. I knew this was going to get me fired up.
And who's going to rebuild if you could define victory?
Who the fuck do you think is going to rebuild? The Ukrainian people, you dumb son of a bitch. With the help of the European Union, with the help of NATO, with the help of fucking the United States. Who do you think's going to rebuild? What do you think? It just fucking lays in rubble? Did you see Germany? Did you happen to see fucking Europe? Have you seen a fucking documentary in the last fucking, 75, 80 years? You low IQ son of a bitch. Have you seen what Germany looked like? Have you seen what parts of Italy looked like? Have you seen what much of Europe looked like at the end of World War II? Who rebuilt that? You think it still lays in fucking rubble? You think it's still dust in Europe? The fuck are we talking about? What the fuck are we? Yeah, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. You think Hiroshima's still laying in a fucking pile of ashes? Who rebuilt that? Oh my! Oh, the Tokyo firebombing. Tokyo's gone. R.I.P. Tokyo must lay with fucking Portland, I guess, because that's gone. Nobody rebuilt. Who the fuck do you think rebuilds? The people that live there. You stupid son of a bitch. Jesus Christ. Who rebuilds? Who rebuilds? We'll send your fucking mother-in-law over there. Who do you think rebuilds?
This body could define victory.
No Russian, no aggressive Russian with the weapon to commit atrocities, with the ability to attack, should be stepping foot in Ukraine. How about that? That's total victory. When every Russian is back in Russia and all the Ukrainians have their fucking home and territory back. Hey, victory. There you go. That wasn't fucking too difficult. We got that here on Blunt Politics, a show with less than 15,000 subscribers with a host that used to be a fucking plumber 3 weeks ago. Good grief.
Out of some fantastic imagination that Ukraine is going to defeat Russia.
Did you hear how he said that? That condescending tone. Like, do you guys honestly believe? Like, you guys are so delusional as to believe that Ukraine could possibly defeat the mighty Russia? Like the fucking paper tiger that was supposedly the second strongest military on the planet. But we quickly found out that fucking paper is a lot different than war zones, than actual fucking combat abilities. You know, when the tires are falling off the trucks, when the tanks, instead of having ERA and explosive material to defend against fucking shoulder-fired rockets and other propellants, right? When those are being filled up with rubber, when you're using tires from 1953, when you're using Katyusha rockets from 1941, doesn't say a whole hell of a lot about the strength of your military, right? So as long as fucking Ukraine continues to be able to pull off very successful operations like they have in the past, to continue to take out multiple $billion of equipment from Russia using minimal financial expenditures on their own side. We now know, and we've known for a while, that Russia has the inability, whether it be through lack of resources, whether it be because their entire economy is now on a war footing and they don't have the factories set up to do so. They don't have the ability to rebuild. They don't have the ability to churn out these planes that they're losing, to churn out the helicopters they're losing at a rate to substantiate, to continue to fight this war on a long-term basis. Now, artillery shells, other things, yes. But not these very highly advanced, or what's highly advanced for Russia, what took years to develop, with these plants that probably no longer exist. We hear a lot of these the tanks that they have, the new tanks, the new planes. But when you really dig down deep, they get about 4 or 5 of them. 2 and 3 of them are for fucking test purposes only. The other one's not even operational. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of like their military parades. Well, not in the last few years, because they've only had 1 tank because they've needed the rest of their shit. Because, again, they don't have the ability or the armaments to continue to not only fight their war in Ukraine, but do a parade simultaneously. What's that say? Wes says, did Brian Blunt Politics talk about Timu, John Kennedy glitching up? I saw that, Wes. I didn't see the actual clip, but I saw them. I saw, who was he on with? Maybe it was Larry. No, it wasn't Larry King. Who the fuck was it? One of the older presenters on Fox, Larry Kudlow. He was on with Larry Kudlow, and Larry Kudlow was trying to give him an out. He was talking about how it was like his earpiece that was messed up, so he didn't talk for a little bit. But maybe if we got time, what time is it now? 7. What time did I start? So I got like 35 minutes left. I'll see if I can find that clip, maybe while this is playing. And we'll see if we can take a look at that. All right. Let's see if I can finish out this clip from Russian Clay Higgins, Kremlin Clay here. Let's see if we can get this fucking clip finished from Kremlin Clay. Let's see. All right. Oh, and
And
thank
get
you.
back-
Hold on. Thank you, Dame. Thank you, Damon, for the swear jar. $10 for the swear jar and the Venmo. Again, if you guys do have Venmo, that is the most direct way to get the funds to the destination that you're trying to get them to, right? YouTube doesn't take a cut, goes right to the person immediately, that type of stuff. So if you do have that, I would advise you, and if you are in the financial position to do so, and you had the idea or ability to do so, and you were going to, that's probably the best way to do it. Just like Dame, just like Nancy, just like Tom, just like a lot of these fantastic people are doing. But however you can do it. No, beggars can't be choosers. So however you can do it, it is very much appreciated. But let me play this, and then I'll see if I can find that clip of glitzy John Kennedy, T-Mood John Kennedy.
Like what? Pre-2014 lines? It's insanity. And if that would happen, funded by the American people.
Sorry, just one more time. He's Clay Higgins. It's hard to say, but it's good if you can get it out. Kremlin Clay is literally calling it insanity to think that Ukraine should have its borders restored to its sovereign territory. That's what we now have a United States representative on the Republican side clearly and loudly espousing on the House floor here in committee or wherever the fuck he is, talking about how we're insane to believe, we're insane to think a country should have its sovereign territory back, should have its borders restored to a place before an invasion by a fucking neighboring country. That's where we're at, ladies.
Borrowed money that we don't have. We're currently $37 trillion in debt. And the ranking member says that we voted to raise the debt. He knows that's not true. He knows that's not true. We raised the debt limit and decreased spending.
Okay there, Clay. Good one.
And I think 37 trillion is.
Oh, thank you, Laurie. Oh, thank you, Laurie. I appreciate that very much. Another one for the swear jar. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's going to help. It's probably going to take a lot to edit this one. I don't know if I'm going to just take them all out or if I add the bleeps. Some people hate a lot of bleeps. I don't know. It's so hard to figure out the algorithm in this goddamn thing. I'm trying, though. I'm trying.
Not humorous. Good sir. If this body were to run a $1 billion surplus, it would require 37,000 years to address a $37 trillion debt.
Gotcha. All right. Mel sent me the clip there. Appreciate that, Mel. Mel sent me the clip of the John Kennedy glitch. So yeah, let's see if we can check this out. Share this tab instead. Oh, this is John. Oh, this was him. Okay, I got you what you're saying. I believed
everybody.
Oh, no, because he was on with Larry Kudlow. Gotcha. My apologies. So let's check this out. This is where John Kennedy, T-Mood John Kennedy, apparently glitches on live TV. Again, following in the footsteps maybe of McConnell. But here we go.
I'm sure Jesus loves them, but everybody else thinks everybody else.
So I guess we have some more technical problems.
Now, to be fair, and I'm probably giving fucking too much hospitality here to this, you can kind of hear the what do you call it? Almost looks like a fucking like the old time TV when it went snowy sound. You can kind of hear that in the background. As to whether or not that's what he's hearing, I don't know.
I'm sure Jesus loves them, but everybody else thinks.
But you can hear there just after he says loves him, where it's like it sounds like static or fucking somebody typing Morse code or something. I don't know if that's what he's hearing, but
everybody else.
So again, I'm not trying to create stories here. If that's what happened, then that's what happened. But it does. You can hear a little scraggly sound, little scratchiness in the background there. But again, as to what that's what he was hearing, we don't know. So thank you, Mel. I appreciate that. So he can't finish the thought. Well, I'll play just and again, I'm just telling you as I see it, calling it as I hear it and see it. But this is 5 hours ago. Here's a clip here.
Social media blew up after Senator Kennedy stopped.
Let's see. Does this explain it? What is this video? Or is this I don't even know what this is. Senator freezes on live TV.
Mid-sentence on live TV. But was it actually a medical emergency?
So there's a clip of him on with Larry Kudlow. I think it's today, if I'm not mistaken, where he's trying to explain what happened. Let's see. I'll do Kennedy Explains glitch. And he kind of says, that he had something, the noise in his ear. He didn't think he was on TV type of thing. Louisiana Senate on air sparks something, claims something weird happened. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Senator freezes what really happened. That's the fucking clip we just tried to play. Yeah. I know I saw it. Larry Kudlow. We need your tax code. This is Mexican leadership. Sean Kennedy 8 hours ago. Freezes on air. Freezes on air. Freezes on air. I don't know why I'm terrible at finding these things. But there is a clip, I believe, from today of him on again with Larry Kudlow, of him explaining, and he said that it was just a loud noise in his ear, and he didn't think he was on there. But again, if that's what happened, that's what happened. If he froze, he froze. I'm sure we'll find out something, or if it's going to be an ongoing thing with him health-wise, then I'm sure we'll see it again. And if it continues to happen, then we know he's probably lying about the thing, the sound in his ear, and it's probably due to his health more than anything. All right, here we go. Let's just finish this one out. Where is it? There you go.
And that is not funny. So the American people are indeed watching very carefully. Should we continue to spend borrowed treasure on a war that this body is unable to define victory?
Imagine, again, standing in front of cameras and with your fucking whole chest being like, we are too stupid in this fucking body to come up with any resolution to even conceive of what victory may look like in Ukraine. Imagine with your whole fucking chest coming out and saying that. No, but we can't figure out what victory looks like in this. We're just, oh man, we're stumped on this one. What does victory look like? Possibly. Can't think of it. Is there any options? Good grief.
I support the good lady's amendment, and I take offense to the way she's been referenced here. She certainly put her heart and her mind and her intentions into what she believes is best for the American people. And I understand where she's coming from. I support.
Why do you think he's bald? He can't stand his own voice.
Support the president's diplomatic endeavor, including using the threat of enhanced military actions. But watch what he does. President Trump is 10, 20 steps ahead of everybody in the room.
10, 20 steps ahead of everybody in the room. Now, I'm no cult expert, but I'd say that's pretty cult-like rhetoric. Like, that's a pretty cult-like thing to say about Donald Trump. Like, again, just like, what the fuck are you talking about? What examples can you give me where he's 10 to 20 steps ahead of people? Like, because as I recall, he said he was going to end this in 24 hours after being elected. Never mind, put into office. Like, we're talking about won the election. 24 hours after that, he was going to have this ended. And here we are still not only having it not ended, but having the drone strikes and missile strikes increased on Ukraine. So, Clay, do you want to reference the whole I'll end this in 24 hours thing that he said, or no, we're just going to, again, breeze right past that one?
And he knows that the end to this war is the only way to define victory. I support the amendment, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Can I give you that last line one more time before I get this guy out of here? Let me just give you that last line one more time.
And he knows that the end to this war is the only way to define victory.
What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? The end to this war is the only way to define victory. Okay. What? How does the war end? Where are these two sides when it ends? Who gets what territory when it ends? What the fuck are you talking about? Again, these people think just because you draw like you blow the whistle and call timeout and like the fighting stops for 24 hours, that like that's going to somehow lead to a long lasting peace in the region. Like we're just, okay, everything's all set now. We're good. No. You need some solutions. You need some, there are very long-lasting and important fucking issues to be resolved before we get anywhere near peace in this issue. And it's amazing to me, and I apologize, I guess, for coming at you stupid bastards, for not, I guess, being able to put your brains together to think of what victory may look like as it pertains to Ukraine over the Russian military. I'm sorry. I don't mean to come at people of a lower IQ level, but, you're the government. Don't fucking talk to me because you're the person in power. I'm just the guy calling you out, to tell you the truth. All right, let's see what else we can get into here. We did Clay. We did Obama. We talked about Ayanna. We did the glitch. What do you say we get into an Andrew Duffer video? Or we could talk about the murderer Trump's letting back into the country. We could talk about... Why don't we talk about this before we run out of time? Why don't we talk about this before we run out of time, ladies and gentlemen, because I find this to be extremely important, and I'm not going to find myself in the position of not continuously bringing this up on the show, continuously talking about this and bringing it to light. I don't want to seem like I'm favoring one conflict or another. I am just as involved, and I really want to see the end to all of these conflicts all around the world, no matter where they lay. And this is just another one. This is an Democracy Now! Video titled "Israel Waging Fastest Starvation Campaign in Modern History, UN Special Rapporteur on Food." If you aren't familiar with the UN Special Rapporteur, we have continuously referenced her speeches, her investigations, her knowledge on this conflict and what has been going on in her, her fucking direct way in calling it a genocide. Like, not beating around the bush, not calling it a possible genocide, not saying, this or that, or, it's something other than that, and it shouldn't be happening, but it's not. No. She's very fucking firm and adamant on the fact that this is a genocide being perpetrated on the Palestinian people. And this is, again, just the latest development in that story. So here is Amy Goodman, again, with Israel waging fastest starvation campaign in modern history. Take it away.
I'm Amy Goodman. More than 100 humanitarian groups are demanding action to end Israel's siege of Gaza, warning mass starvation spreading across the Palestinian territory. The NGOs, including Amnesty, Oxfam, Doctors Without Borders, warn, quote, illnesses like acute watery diarrhea are spreading, markets are empty, waste is piling up, adults are collapsing.
And we've been reporting consistently on this show as much as I possibly can about the, I don't even know what you call them, the fucking lawless killing of people coming to get aid, people coming to get food by the IDF, by the Israeli military, just taking out people at will, throwing hand grenades, throwing smoke bombs, throwing chemical grenades into the crowds, just treating them in the most inhumane way, literally luring them into these places in order to treat them inhumanely, setting up fake fucking humanitarian organizations. They're going really fucking far as to perpetrate this. And we, again, just talked about Benjamin Netanyahu. When all this is going on, as he's perpetrating all this as it pertains to Syria, Iran, Palestine, Gaza, he's sitting down with the fucking Nelk boys on the Full Send podcast, mid-genocide. Like, that's fucking just something, genocidal people do, I guess. But let's continue with this one, because I think it's extremely important that we continue to raise the alarm on this one.
On the streets from hunger and dehydration, unquote. Their warning came as Palestinian Ministry of Health said the number of starvation-related deaths has climbed to at least 111 people. This is Ghada Al-Fayumi, a displaced Palestinian mother of 7 in Gaza City.
My children wake up sick every day. What do? I get a saline solution for them. What can I do? There's no food, no bread, no drinks, no rice, no sugar, no cooking oil, no bulgur, nothing. There's no kind of any food available to us at all.
Thousands of anti-war protesters marched Tuesday in Tel Aviv on Israel's military headquarters, demanding an end to Israel's assault and the lifting of the Gaza siege. This is Israeli peace activist Alon Green with the group Standing Together.
We are marching now in Tel Aviv, holding bags of flour and the pictures of these children that have been starved to death by our government and our army. We demand to stop the starvation in.
Again, inside Israel, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't the United States. This isn't New York. This isn't fucking Michigan. This isn't Minnesota. This is Israel. This is the people of Israel standing up against to what their government is now perpetrating right now to millions of people, on millions of people.
Gaza, we demand to stop the annihilation of Gaza.
Which is why I continue to reference Haaretz and the Israeli newspapers that are speaking about this, because you can tell if it's coming from Israel, if it's coming from Israeli outlets, the negative aspects, the corruption, the murderous, genocidal fucking plans and actions taking place. We've reported many times in Haaretz how they've talked about the animalistic nature of the IDF and how they are just a lawless bunch and we're out there just fucking doing anything they wanted to whomever they wanted. So this is nothing new. This is not, something that we haven't reported on this show. But again, good to see people in Israel standing up for this, because, I was really starting to lose faith with the videos on social media that I've seen, the genocidal talk, the genocidal rhetoric, the flippant history that we've seen. I was really starting to lose faith. So it's good to see that at least some of the Israeli citizens stand up against Netanyahu and his regime.
Gaza. We demand to stop the daily killing of children and innocent people in Gaza. This cannot go on. We are Israelis, and this does not serve us. This only serves the Messianic people that lead us.
All right, so you guys get the idea on that one. Just to report again what is going on over there as we speak, as we lay our head on our comfortable pillows at night. People starving at the hands of Bibi Netanyahu because of the fecklessness and inability of Donald Trump to lead, to again enact anything that would cause for peace talks or the stop of a genocide, of a starvation of an entire group of people. So definitely something that we need to continue to keep our eye on and continue to report on. But let's say we take a look at, what else did we have? We have a Tim Pool one. Let's finish with the Tim Pool one, which means let's take a look at this Andrew Duffer video if we can, if you will indulge me. So, because again, I, as we have brought up on the show before, am a big fan, love Tea Time, big fan of Tea Time. And again, another one of his good ones. So I hope you enjoy it as well. I hope the volume is loud on this one. Let me share this tab instead. Throw this on the screen for you guys, and let's take it away. Can you make it big? I'm not a huge Instagram guy. I don't know. Can I make this bigger? Like, can I click on it and make it big? I don't know how it works. But let's just fucking play it. Whatever. Oh, volume would be good.
Tea time. Today's guest wants Jesus to come first, and he might if our guest didn't do it prematurely. Please welcome our sexually repressed, sin-sniffing evangelo-fascist, the sermon vermin. Ned Flanders meets faith-based fascism. Mike Johnson is a fanatically religious, wispy spectator of pseudo-authority, wafting about in clearance from the men's warehouse. He believes his faith.
If you guys remember the last time we played his video when he was sitting down, you can see how weird it was, because this is typically how his videos are. Hello, fuckers. It's tea time, and he's pacing around. He's got stuff on the TV. It's usually well set up. He's usually got it, rehearsed, down pat, factual. I love these videos. Please, so hit the like button if you also like this stuff, because I'm just, to see other content creators and how good they are and how much they care and how fucking knowledgeable they are, really, again, gives me a little hope for our society, a little hope for the system here. So let's continue.
Shapes everything about him, and it shaped a chest flatter than his worldview, covered in hair thicker than his skin. He seems awfully dedicated to skipping chest and leg day, but his focus should be skipping judgment day. Flammable polyester won't hold up in a lake of fire. Hale's pre-approved tenant became the Speaker of the House in 2023, but this speaker vibrates on a low frequency and only produces white noise. He was the fine fuck it fallback after 3 failed nominees, which was sealed by a pumpkin tit endorsement as a reward for leading the charge to overturn the 2020 election. Leaving us with the least experienced speaker in over 140 years, finally bestowing Father Flaccid with something sizable to overcompensate with. The Lord created all things, even big egos and small endowments. Even still, he thinks just having a dick gives him value, but every woman walks away feeling shortchanged. The only thing that gets wet in Mike's bedroom is his brow from performance anxiety. He doesn't know how to touch a woman, just how to regulate her. He's radically anti-abortion with no exceptions for rape, incest, or life of the mother, and he supports fetal personhood laws. For someone who believes women were made from ribs, he sure treats them like side dishes. Maybe because he'd rather eat the body of Christ, if you know what I mean, which could explain why he's one
Oh, he's good, man. He's
of the
good.
most extreme figures in Congress on LGBTQ plus rights. He opposes gay marriage, supports conversion therapy, and backs bans on gender-affirming care, trans athletes, and bathroom access. On the bright side, any queer kid kicked out of their home for being gay will always have a place to stay, rent-free in Mike's head. Someone needs to take the purity ring off their prostate and live a little, but he never will. He believes lust is a sin unless it's for power, and he believes God called on him for authority, but from what I've seen, it must have been a butt dial because Jesus washed feet while Mike washes his hands of everyone outside of his small comfort zone. He preaches about bathing in the blood of Jesus, but the only thing he's covered in is the blood of women he'll never satisfy and the children he'll never protect. The warden of the Whack Shack spends more time policing porn than protecting people. He even installed porn accountability software on his and his son's computers for mutual masturbation surveillance. But Mike Don't Touch Your Johnson doesn't watch porn.
Mike Don't Touch Your Johnson.
Only thing he wants to see get screwed is the Constitution while masturbating his beliefs on everyone. He says the Bible is sufficient for all policy decisions like he's some prophet, but all he does is profit off pain, draping moral rot in a robe of performative righteousness and reciting scripture like it's a deed to your body. I'm afraid you can't call yourself a servant of the Lord when your God is greed in a long red tie. Remember, God doesn't hate you, but his lobbyists might. I want everybody to have a great fucking day unless you're afraid of pronouns and pussy power.
Sorry. He's good. He's fucking good. You cannot deny it. He's fucking good. He's just fucking good at what he does. I enjoy the videos. They are funny. They're informative. They're entertaining. I get a kick out. I've been watching him for a long time, and that is Andrew J. Duffer. I'm sure on all social media accounts. If you're new to him and you wanted to check him out, that's fucking great. All right, but what do you say we end on Dim Fool? Let's see what our good friend Dim Fool had to say. We'll have to forego Hannity. I don't think anybody's mad that we don't have to see Hannity's dumb face and his hypocrisies. But let's see if we can get to Dim Pool on the Obama distraction cover-up. Even Tim's calling it a distraction cover-up. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what to expect from this clip, but we're going to see with the old knitted hat freak, the tight-headed fucking... Sorry. Let's see what Tim Pool has to say. Let's see if I can share this instead. Let's see who's got to go on.
Tulsi Gabbard.
This is only a minute and 36, so we could probably get to something else as well.
Has dropped proof Obama ordered the intelligence agencies.
What the fuck is PM? What is this? What is PM here? Breaking. Tulsi Gabbard declassifies reporting revealing CIA had no direct information that Putin wanted to get Trump elected in 2016. Like, what is this? What's PM? Am I missing something here? The post millennial, it looks like it says up here. Is that a right leaning, left leaning? I'm gonna just, shoot my shot here in the dark and say it's probably not a left leaning, but correct me if I'm wrong.
The United States to target Donald Trump without proof, undermining his presidency. And it's not so simple to just say definitively outright, Obama said coup against Trump.
Thank you, Nordez. Let's go. 10 gifted here. Let's fucking go. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you had a wonderful day. Thank you so much for the contributions. I appreciate that. Let's go, you two. Let's go, you two. Just matchmaking. We're solving fucking geopolitical problems. We're sifting through the bullshit of the mainstream media, and we're matchmaking, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go. Hearts in the chat. Hearts in the chat.
If you look at the breadcrumbs, the trail of information that came out, it is clear that the Obama administration, their intelligence heads, the heads of these departments, got together and said, we don't have proof any of this is really happening, but we can use it to destroy the will of the American people.
Now, can you show me the line? Can you show me the file and the line in that file that says that? Just how you just said it. Can you just, she released it, so you should be able to pull up that line that says just that, what you just said. No, nothing says that, and it basically just says, no, we know they didn't have direct access into the voting machines, but yes, had every intention on affecting the outcome of the election, as multiple agencies have now testified to, have put reports on the books to. Like I said, multiple nations can corroborate like that stuff. Now,
Tulsi Gabbard has called this a coup, a treasonous conspiracy, and based on the documents that have been released today by Tulsi Gabbard, with more to come, I can only assume. I don't know how you conclude otherwise. They knew the Russians were not trying to get Trump elected. In fact, it seems the Russians may have wanted Hillary to.
Why? Give me a reason why. Please give me a reason
get
why.
elected.
Why?
Yet they ran with the.
No. You can't just breeze past that. Don't breeze past that. Please give me something, some breadcrumbs here, Tim, as to why Vladimir Putin and Russia would have rathered Hillary Clinton as president. Somebody who I believe, whether you agree or not, or you like her or not, would have been far more tough on Russia. I'm just saying, you got to give me something as like some reason as to why Vladimir Putin would have been like, you know what we want is we really want Hillary in there. No, fuck Donald, the guy that will give us everything. No, we don't want him. We want Hillary, the lady that will make our lives very difficult. Very, very difficult. We want her.
This narrative ultimately launching Crossfire Hurricane in an effort to undermine.
Laura Rogers, we were just watching Andrew J. Duffer. Type that into, I'm sure, YouTube, Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook. Pick a site. I'm sure he's on it. But it's Andrew J. Duffer. And he puts out videos like that all the time. He does, like I said, great work. Like I said, entertaining, informative, factual. Like I said, I've been watching it for a while. So, yeah, in case anybody was just wondering, that's Andrew. Yeah, put it on the screen for you. Appreciate you, Tiff. Tiff's fucking just, she's like ahead of the ball game. If anybody's 10 to 20 steps ahead of anything, it's fucking Tiff. So thanks, Tiff.
The presidency of Donald Trump. Perhaps it's because he said he'd arrest Hillary Clinton over the destruction of evidence when she destroyed her private server. But I believe right now the information made public by Tulsi Gabbard is it's irrefutable.
Come on. Oh, I love it. They're trying so hard. They really are trying so hard. And it's like, you can't get upset at it. You really can't. It's like, what they're doing. You know what they're fucking trying to do. It's like there's no sense like getting all worked up about like, no, that's not what it says. Because it's useless. Because then you're just spending too much time trying to dig into that. So fuck them fool, whatever you want to call them. Let's see if we can end on something else, because that was a shorter clip than I thought it was. We can either do, we got 7 minutes. We can either do, let's take a look at this story. We should definitely take a look at this story before we head out. This was, I think, a Newsweek article, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Newsweek article. Triple murder among Americans repatriated by Trump from Venezuela prison swap. So, and again, I just wanted to, we don't even have to watch the video. We don't have to get into too much of the article, but again, prisoner swap in which Donald Trump's bringing back a triple murderer. So let's see here. Trump administration, see where it just talks about where he committed triple murder here. Dahoud Hanid Ortiz, a Venezuelan-born American citizen and former U.S. Marine convicted of a brutal triple murder in Spain, was among 10 Americans repatriated from Venezuela in high-profile prisoner exchange between the White House and the South American government. Ortiz was sentenced to 30 years in prison for a 2016 triple homicide in Madrid. And then if we take a look at the pictures that I wanted to show you here, if you can just, shut the fuck up, Newsweek. I don't want to buy anything. If you take a look here at this picture, they clearly have the man circled here. But what I do want to show you is the man to his left. This guy here. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but it's the guy standing up with the tattoos on his neck, right in front of the guy that was in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as the pizza delivery boy. The guy with looks like the red square on his shirt. Now, is that to me looks very similar to the white power symbol he's doing? Is that not the white power symbol that I'm seeing being thrown there in the background of the jet, the private jet that he was flown back on? Now, do we really believe it's the OK sign, or are you saying the OK sign is the white power sign? Because I don't, it doesn't seem like the guy that comes out and is like, okie dokie, things are just fine, like perfect, like perfect flight. I just doesn't seem like the guy that's telling us everything is okie dokie and hunky dory with a fucking A-OK sign. Seems more along the lines with his tattoos on his neck and the people he's surrounded by that he might be just throwing up a white power sign right there. Ladies and gentlemen. So Donald Trump actively flying in not only a triple murderer, but the guy's friends, apparently. Well, the rest of these fucking degenerates, whoever they are. I probably shouldn't say that to all of them. I don't know all of them or the story behind all of them, but or at least the guy throwing the white power and the guy that killed 3 people. I know they're fucking degenerates, right? So yeah, these are the people that they're bringing in. And again, from the administration that is currently trying to get you to believe that they are deporting murderers, deporting criminals, deporting the worst of the worst. Now, would you put somebody that killed 3 people just in 2016, was supposed to serve 30 years, would you put that person on the list of somebody you'd want to live next to? Or would you put them on the list of people you'd probably expect Donald Trump in his fucking, immigration policies to maybe try to get out of the country? Like, wouldn't that be the person you'd get out or keep out? I don't know. Seems like they're sending out all the U.S. citizens. Sounds like they're sending out all the people that don't have criminal records, as opposed to the people that do have criminal records, as they're shipping in triple fucking murderers. So yeah, so the House won't do anything about the Jeffrey Epstein files, but they're claiming they're all about protecting children and exposing sex trafficking. So that doesn't make any sense. There's a one bit of hypocrisy, and then we have this bit of hypocrisy on top, right? We're trying to get rid of all the criminals. We're trying to deport all the murderers. But hey, the guy that killed 3 people? Yeah, fucking come on down. Bring him back. We need him back. Like, what are we doing here, folks? All right, I'm going to get into thanking you fine people. I appreciate you guys for joining me on what is another fine episode, I think, of the Wednesday, themed, the Wednesday show here at Blunt Politics. I appreciate you joining me every Wednesday night here at 8:30 p.m. on the East Coast and 5:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Just hit the bell. Fucking hit the bell. It tells you when I'm live. You don't have to think about it, for Christ's sakes. Just watch it after if you have to. Throw emojis in the chat. Let's go. Let's get some fucking excitement behind this channel. I appreciate you guys continuing to get this push going. I really do. Without your help, I would just be literally drowning. I would. So thank you guys. Let me thank you guys. Deanna first on the list. Let's go. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Deanna. Congratulations on being here for 2 months. And again, just underneath me should be a channel join button. I forget what it says now. Join or something like that, where you can also become a channel member for, again, less than a gallon of gas here in California. Less than a gallon of gas. Probably less than a gallon of milk as well. But here we go. Linda Lou coming in number 2. Appreciate you, Linda Lou. Thank you. Congratulations on being here for 13 months, learning and loving your new schedule. Well, thank you, Linda Lou. I appreciate that. And then followed up behind her is Patrick. Appreciate you, P. Let's go with the 5 gifted. Thank you to the fine people. Please have the fine people in the chat thank Patrick for receiving those gifted memberships is what I meant to say. And thank you, Deanna, once more for coming in for a 5. Let's go. We need a tri-state special. Boston, Brian, Texas, Pete, Tennessee, Brando. There's a bunch of us, I think. I think we could even extend that list. I think there's like Minnesota Mary, fucking Vermont Vinny. We can keep that going. Linda Lou, come on with another 5. You guys are fucking unbelievable. Appreciate you guys. Followed by Kit throwing in 10. Let's go, Kit. Followed by Josh throwing in 2. Brian, you really got some balls. I mean, I don't know. We'll find out. I did do pretty well at that punching game at the arcade. I was very, slightly impressed with the number I got. I won't say it. I don't want to embarrass anybody, but, it's been a while since I've thrown a haymaker. Thank you, Burke. Appreciate you, buddy. No, you have the good heart, dude. No, you do. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Appreciate the 10. Thank you, Patrick, again for the curses. I know a comment. Thanks, Brian, and the mods. You all keep kicking ass. So nice of you to, again, respect and, give the mods the credit that they deserve. Thank you, Rocks. I appreciate that as well. Speaking of mods, speaking of wonderful people contributing to the show, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, followed by Ricky celebrating the 15-month celebration here. You can't. Yeah, I couldn't unsee the fucking piss cone. I couldn't. You don't like my music? Got me with that one. Thank you, Ricky. Brian's laughing, snort, crack me the fuck up. Sorry, it's not intentional. I promise. Although I think I did win best laugh in high school. I forget now. I might be just talking out of my ass on that one, but I think I did. I forget. Who knows? Yvonne, thank you so much. I appreciate Boston Brian. They got me trying to piss in the snow. I thought I had a vivid imagination. I see I've got competition. I know. I'm telling you. The chat is witty. They're smart. They know what's going on. I'm telling you. Let's see here. I may have another one. Mel sent soundbite savant. Senator John Kennedy clarified that he didn't suffer a stroke or catch a sexual transmitted disease when he dramatically froze up mid-sentence live on air Tuesday during a Fox Business hit. The one-liner whiz fired back at lefty critics for speculating he suffered a medical scare after what looked like troubling footage of the 73-year-old growing stone-faced went viral on social media. Yesterday I was on your show. I enjoyed it. I was yapping away, and all of a sudden my earpiece blew up. This one, it sounded like a 747 was taken off, Kennedy told host Larry Kudlow on Wednesday, motioning to his earpiece. So that was John Kennedy's statements, Timu John Kennedy's statements on what happened on his glitch. And that will put a big allegedly after that, as Mel said. But thank you, Melissa. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, Josh. Once again, Trump's Make Me Act out the scene in The Last Action Hero. Rana goes, this whole time, all I had to do was drive around the neighborhood, point at a house and say the bad guys are in there. Right. I haven't seen that movie in so long. Holy shit, Josh. Taking me back on that one. And I've been going down memory lane between like my uncle and reminiscing about, moments with him and, Ozzy and going back on and looking at like the show and, past concerts and in his interviews and stuff, his iconic moments. I've been taking a trip down memory lane. So I appreciate you continuing that trip. Thank you, AI Jesus. Champagne wishes and pedophile dreams. Jesus Christ. Oh, you guys are fucking too good. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, AI, buddy. Appreciate that. Brian, shine the spotlight on the Epstein files cover up. Expose them all. Donnie Boy's Kryptonite. Appreciate you, Susan. Fucking fantastic of you. Just your continued contributions to the channel are hugely, hugely supportive and important. Yvonne again with another 10. I can't start an argument in an empty room. Imagine how mad Donald Trump makes me. What'd you say? Oh, this creep. Sorry about my language, Brian, but I'm pissed. I have a reason to be, and you absolutely do. Followed up by Susan again. Share this video far and wide. Get more subscribers. I can only hope that is what happens. I appreciate you guys for doing your side, doing your part in that. Thank you, Petrazi, for 13 months of continued support. I have loved my time here with the fellow lobsters, and I hope the fellow lobsters have also loved their time here with you. LA Woman in Vegas, found you on Midas, then I found and follow you on Blue Sky. Finally found your channel 2 weeks ago. Well, thank you for seeking me out. I appreciate that. And I'm sorry it was so difficult. I'm sorry it was so difficult, but I hope to continue to put out those Midas Touch videos, continue to raise awareness about this channel so that people can do exactly what you did, LA Woman in Vegas, and maybe, follow the rabbit hole down to this channel. So I appreciate that. Thank you for seeking out independent media. Thank you for your contributions. I appreciate that. Welcome to the family. This is the Church of Bryantology, a little play on the cult of Donald Trump. You'll get to learn that in the chat. Don't worry about that just yet. But thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jeff. The meetings are short when you fall asleep 5 minutes into the meeting. It's always a short briefing when your name's not on the briefing, Jeff, and you end up falling asleep because you can't hold your attention. Go get a labia. Jesus. AI's on fucking fire today. Watch, I'll find out in 5 years that it's Al Jesus. I'm just kidding. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, AI Jesus, by the way. Keep me entertained. For the curse jar, appreciate that. Rocks again for a gallon of high test. Who remembers that in the algorithm? Slava Ukraini, right back at you. Heroyam Slava. Loretta Smith been here for 3 months. Let's go. Even the QAnon shaman has turned on Trump. Jesus. That's when you know it's getting bad. That's when you know it's getting bad, Loretta. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that. Appreciate that little note, too. Sinful Solutions. Let's go. Appreciate you. Really do appreciate you. Welcome to the family once again. Not that you have a left, but you know what I mean. Thank you for becoming a member, I should say. I appreciate that. Noah Des with a huge 10 gifted. Appreciate that. As always, as usual, as typical, I appreciate it. I mean, just what more can I say about your contributions to this channel? It goes right along with JD's contributions to this channel, whether it be the Crustacean Nation contributions or his fine and fabulous and important swear jar contributions. So I appreciate that. Hey, Maria, how are you? Thank you for being here for 10 months. Let's fucking go. I appreciate you guys. It's just so cool to see how long you guys have been sticking around. Susan, again, awesome show. Keep up the great work. I appreciate that. I'm going to keep on trucking. And then Linda Lou, to round it out, what's your message for midterms? Stay focused, right? Stay focused. That's my message for midterms, is to stay focused on the mission. And the mission is winning as many seats, winning as many branches of the government back as possible, and electing and making sure, electing the right people, and making sure that we can, again, spread the word of the lefties, spread the word of progressives, spread the word of the Democrats, and really, once again, reel people into the only party that actually has, or at least at this moment in time, has the best options for the best quality of life for you and your family, your loved ones, your kids. That's my message for midterms, is to just stay focused. Don't get discouraged by whatever happens. Don't get overexcited. Don't get underexcited. Make sure we are focused on the mission. Make sure we don't get distracted. Make sure that we continue to talk about our candidates. Make sure that we continue to talk about any new and upcoming candidates that are in your area. Make sure that we are, spreading awareness on where people can vote. Those type of things really, really help in informing the public and making sure that people know that at least what side of the aisle has their best intentions. And if we can continue to, again, pry open these cracks in MAGA, continue to stick our fucking pry bars in there and rip them open as fast as possible, and stick in, start entering in some democracy in those cracks. And then again, who knows? Maybe we can seriously have some, we can enact some serious change come midterms and use the frustration of this country, use the frustrations of the American people as it pertains to Donald Trump's either budget that he passed, the bills that he passed, his immigration policies, his geopolitical policies. We can attack, and we can really play up every single one of those cracks and make sure that we at least muddy the waters as much as possible on that side, and get our candidates as focused and as laser sharp and ready to attack midterms as we possibly can. So, what are you thinking? Oh, all right. All right. Mel says Letter Hacks live. So why don't we see if we can raid Letter Hack? I'll send you guys off on your way. So I appreciate you guys for joining me once again. Make sure you guys hit the like on the way out. I can only do that on Twitch, right? God, man, what a boomer I am. Watch this. Watch how friggin' long this takes me. Thanks, Tiff. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Fuck. I never know my password to this fucking thing. Select password. Suggest password. No, that's not what I want. No, that's no. Get me out of here. Fuck. How do I sign? This is just to sign in. Good grief. Oh, you'd think I'd have this down pat by now. But I'm not a big Twitch guy. I gotta say, I don't do Twitch a lot. Select password. I must have one on here. I know I signed up for it. All right, let me go through. Let me try. None of these are gonna be it. This is gonna be okay. Forgot password. Don't have an account. Sign up. No, I do have an account. I just don't know the password to the goddamn thing. Trouble logging in. Yeah, I do have trouble logging in. Enter your phone number. Okay. No, okay. See if this works. 949. Don't want to say it out loud. Bear with me. We'll get this done. I promise. I promise. Enter your username. Probably. Hold on. I got to do an underscore.
Don't say your name.
I
I could do it. I'm logged on. For Twitch, you mean?
I have to do it. I have to say my name out loud. Yeah. All right. We're going to get this done, folks. We're going to get it done. All right. Send my password. Okay. Try that one. Confirm. Where's my phone? See if it worked. We couldn't find an account with the information you provided. Fuck off. Why is everything so goddamn difficult? Mel, can you try? I know the password's saved somewhere. I just don't know where it's saved. It's like trying to remember someone's fucking cell phone number at this point. You don't know the cell phone number. You just look it up on your phone. Are you kidding?
Jesus Christ. What do you...
Can you try to sign on Twitch?
To what?
To Twitch.
I'm already on it.
Can you go to the creator dashboard?
I'm already on it.
Okay. Can you go to raid? Can I see your phone?
Like you know what you're doing.
Can I see the Let me see the phone.
No, you can't do it and you're going to tell me.
So it looks like a little parachute, I think, if I remember correctly. So if you scroll down, looks like a parachute. You'll probably have to type in the letter hack. I know. Pain in the ass. Stream manager. All right, hold on. What are these little symbols? I don't even know what these symbols mean. What's that? Mod actions. Nope, that's not it. Predict. Quick actions. Chat. So you're not in the creator dashboard, are you? No, you're in stream manager. Go to creator dashboard. Well, you asked me what to do. I'm trying.
God, I gotta hear you fucking twice.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm staying here until this works. I don't give a fuck.
Fuck, so am I.
Fucking pop a squat. Let's get this done, huh? Appreciate you guys.
Oh, I see it.
You got it? It just looks like a bunch of random symbols. You got to go to create a dashboard. I know that. I don't know. I apologize. I'm sorry for dragging you into this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's all just because I don't know my password.
You're such an idiot. You want me to tell you the password, you moron?
Yeah, can you write it down? Can you write? Why didn't we just do that to begin with? Fuck me.
We write it down. Wait, you're the one who keeps changing.
I know. Fucking because I keep changing it so much. That's why I can never remember the fucking thing. I'm just like, oh, I'll do a new one. All right, what do you got?
Just wait, hold on.
Yeah.
What do you
Hold on, let a hack. Hold on, Matt. We're coming. We're coming. Lord, we're coming. Oh, I just broke the seat. Fuck.
It doesn't sound good.
Come on, I'm laughing so hard I'm sweating. Come on.
I gotta tell you what I think it is.
Write it down.
I can look. I can look.
Fucking hell.
I think this might be it.
Fuck. I hope Matt sees what we went through to try to fucking try to get this fucking.
I think it's that. I don't know if you put an explanation in it.
Why do I need my date of birth and shit? That's ridiculous.
I just wrote it down for you.
I know, but I'm trying to sign it now. It's having me put in my date of birth. Fuck. You know, it is really depressing how far I'm now having to scroll down to find my date of birth. To find my year. Like, settle down on that, all right?
Did you know that Carolyn KKK, Levitt, you know, she's 27?
She's 27 going on 47?
Fuck you. She does not like 47. She looks way older than me.
That's what I said.
She's 27.
All right, so that's all set.
You tried it?
Yeah, it's not giving me the option to sign up.
Did it work? I just gave you the password.
It says this username is unavailable. It's Boston_Brian Live, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Right here, it literally just showed me.
I'm staying on all fucking night if it takes fucking if I have to.
It's Boston_Brian_live.
I did that. I hear you. That's not the That's not the old password there. This is great. This is gonna be great. Fuck. Just the worst here. I don't know what it is. Well, Matt, we tried.
Wait, let me try one more thing.
We tried. Maybe it's on my phone here. Oh, hold on.
On my phone. And I'm logged in on my phone. Look. I don't think that's it, though.
Maybe. If I'm gonna try it till I get it. I'm trying it till I get it. Tiff, the mods you guys can take off if you want. I apologize, but I'm staying here. I'm in it for the long haul. What did it say again? I think I might have it.
It's gone.
It's not gone.
Well, I have to go pull it back up.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Can we make it any more complicated?
Maybe stop forgetting that we won't have to change him every day.
There's just no way this one's working. No.
One more thing I'm gonna try.
I'm gonna type in.
I'm logged in then, is what I'm wondering.
Oh, that's what it says it is on mine too, huh? It does. It does. Well, wouldn't it? Hold on. Wouldn't it change on mine too if I change it? Fuck. Shut up over there. She's fucking getting a kick out of this.
Live audience from now on.
Hold on. All right. Ready? Oh, it worked. Yes. All right, we're in. Like Flint. Hold on.
Isn't it Flynn, not Flint? Flynn.
Whatever it's supposed to be, that's what I said. All right, here we go. Fucking let it hack. Here we come. I'm sending maybe 3 people at this point. All right. Thank you, guys. All right, here we go. Now I got to go to.
Oh, wait. The ones you. Look for the little parachute. Look for the little parachute.
Yeah, I got to go. Here's create a dashboard. I got it. I'll get it. I got it. I know where to go. I know where to go. I know where to go. Right here. I got the parachute. All right, now I just got to type in his name. We're getting there, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting there. Shouldn't he like pop up right away, considering I've watched the channel before? You'd think.
But you haven't watched it on Twitch.
So it is the letter hack. No channels found. What is happening? He's probably taking us so long. He's gone. No, I think he's still on. He's on for a while.
I thought you could do it on YouTube. That's really why I came in.
No, I'm doing it. I'm fucking here now. We're not.
Did you do YouTube though?
No, but I am going to search politics. Maybe that filter by category politics. Because sometimes it won't let you. Tell them we're coming. Let's see here.
Here we go.
Is he on?
I don't think he's on Twitch.
He's not on Twitch? Oh my fucking God. Are you fucking serious? Tiff, is this some fucking sick joke?
No, wait, I thought we were talking about YouTube.
You can't, this raid isn't a YouTube thing.
I'm gonna go in there and say we're raiding.
Oh my God. Yep. I'm all right. You know what? Oh my God. All right. All right. I just busted out into a fucking sweat because of the embarrassment on that one. I'm just going to his page and saying, here. Hi. That's what I'm saying.
Finally here.
Yeah. Fucking hi. Where is he? Share fucking screen. Matt. Matt. There he is. Matt. We're here, Matt. All right, here we go. Matt.
Wait, all the people are already there.
How do I chat? Fuck, I'm sweating. Christ almighty, what's happening? How do I chat myself? I won't even let me chat. All right, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Later. Go to the letter hack. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's not even letting me comment at this point. I can't even do that much. I can't even take it that far. I can see your comments. I see them. Looney Tunes, Dragon, fucking, I see them all. I see you. But it won't let me comment. Maybe because I'm live or something? Oh, yeah, am I blocked? Show chat. I'm supposed to be a mod too. All right, I'm out. I appreciate you guys. I was like, well, that's what I mean. I should at least have some access. All right. I appreciate you guys. I will see you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific. I appreciate you just sticking with me for the fun at the end there. Make sure you're staying loud, staying proud. Get the hell out of your seats, into the streets. Stay aggressive, but keep your head on the swivel. Make sure you stay safe out there. Find your local protests. Find your local rallies. Speak up. Be proud of it. I appreciate you guys. Keep kicking ass. Thank you, mods. I really appreciate you guys. Tell the letter hack I tried. I really did. I promise. I tried. I'm out of here. I'm later. This is Blunt Politics. I'm Boston Brian, and you can hear Mel in the background. Appreciate you. All right, so as I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted by that fucking exit song that it wasn't even supposed to come on, I meant to thank everybody that also sent a Venmo. I don't want to forget you beautiful people. I always do. Tend to forget till the last second to thank the Venmo people. So make sure I reach out to you guys and say thank you for the transactions here, which were from Lori, Damon, Linda, and Nancy. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you as always. I didn't want to leave you guys out because you guys are as important as everybody else to this whole thing and keeping it going. So thank you. I appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed the fun. It only gets crazier from here, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going off the rails on our own crazy train here. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you. All right, be Aussie.
when you ran out the healthy arms, you ran out of really healthy. They had great arms, but they ran out. It's called sports. It's called baseball in particular, and pitchers, I guess you could say, in really particular.
Brian, yeah, you're drunk. You're drunk.
Where you going? Nowhere.
I'm standing up here bashing the living shit out of Nazis.
What in the hell was that all about?
I'm just dandy. I got a bowl of chocolate pudding in my underpants. He says, wrecked him, damn near killed him.
Thank you, Kelly. Didn't forget you. I was just leaving you for last because it's so important. Thank you, Kel. Appreciate that so much. And thank you, JD, for the second one. You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow, all
right? They're just getting acclimated. Eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cats. Water coming here is dead. Yesterday's a hard word for me. Venezuela. Did you just see Maduro? Venezuela. It's unbelievable.
My superpower's being honest. I will eat my neighbors.
White people are a mortal danger to you and your loved ones. Is there anything worse than white people?
Or go fuck yourself. The big, fat, sloppy United States.